I'm always coming in apologizing now. One day I'm going to stop apologizing and be on time. Today's not going to be that day. We've already said, it's off season. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things just happen. Anyway, you'd be pleased to know that I've gotten pretty much on my domestic duties. I've pretty much got them covered now, and I'm allowed to go ahead and have my fun with you since I've done such a good job. All right? Yeah, high five. All right, yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, fam, here we go. New off season, right? But same old, same old stuff. And since the second season of Jimmy Garoppolo's arrival in San Francisco, you and I both know his presence on the Niners roster has been feverishly, people almost about to go to blows, debating, about him being on the roster, period. You know what I mean? It's bizarre to me, but it is what it is. Also, Diva's simultaneously had a star contract amongst other players on the team to negotiate. For the past 3 seasons in a row, we've had this situation. You go back to George Kittle. Remember when he came? Jimmy was being talked about, of course. But, George was the guy that, oh, my God, we got to sign him. And then, of course, Jimmy's salary was blamed for that, too. Followed by Fred Warner. As recently last year, Warner and Trent Williams also added to offseason drama. Both of them, of course. If we didn't have Jimmy, we could sign him. And this is like, Jimmy is the root of every problem the 49ers have. Even though we've been to a Super Bowl and 2 NFC championships. Jimmy Garoppolo's a big problem, and we can't even sign people because of him. But anyway, all of the aforementioned guys have been sustained by the franchise, while Garoppolo currently continues with the Niners as Deebo Samuel's contract negotiations are now showing signs of complication. Meanwhile, Garoppolo appears to be staying with the organization due to a lack of interest by other NFL teams who, guess what? They're not really interested in rehabbing no quarterback with his rehabbing a shoulder injury. So tonight, go to the phones for your take on the annual drama to ask the question of, is there really a need to be concerned? Are you concerned? I mean, it's worked out before. We've been down this path before, right? The Niners have went down this path, every year since G's arrival. What is the worry? If you have some, share it with us. I'd love to hear it. Meanwhile, take a laxative. You'll be fine. Fam, as early as last year before the 2021 season even started, the Niners would trade Jimmy G before March 16th was pretty much the sentiment of the start of the new league year, right? Parties were being thrown. Legislation to mark the date as a Niner Empire holiday were on the table. T-shirts being printed up saying, "I survived Jimmy Garoppolo." So, now there's a lot of people left with, everyone is left with what JG's value might eventually be. The ideal scenario for the 49ers would have been to decide between competing offers while considering a desire to send JG into a good situation. That was pretty much the mutual agreement between Jimmy G and the 49ers, right? Now they may be hoping anyone makes an offer. Just anybody, just making an offer. Make us an offer. The Niners say they are financially prepared, though, to keep Jimmy G for the 2022 season. Obviously, that isn't an ideal situation, though. The over $25 million owed to Jimmy creates an awkward situation, money-wise, immediately. If you just think about it, if you're in the camp that want Mr. Garoppolo's baby boy gone, that's a lot of money for someone who might be Trey Lance's backup unless he ends up starting, which is going to cause a whole other big problem. We've heard from both Lynch and Shanahan that they don't want to cut him outright. There seem to be several potential suitors entering the offseason. Unfortunately, that well has run completely I'm talking bone dry. Most teams thinking a starting quarterback have filled that need. Garoppolo's also coming off shoulder surgery and probably won't be cleared to throw until early July, which flushes his value right down the toilet. Nobody wants to wait for him to come into a new team and don't know nothing about what's going on. One NFL exec told The Athletic's Mike Sando that he was relieved his team didn't make a move for rehabbing Garoppolo. The unnamed executive said, quote, "I've got no issue with what we did because it's better than drafting one of these guys, and it's better than waiting on Garoppolo because if you're waiting on Garoppolo, it's not like you're waiting on Drew Brees in his labrum. You are waiting on Garoppolo, who is happy throwing it less than 20 times in big games," unquote. And that doesn't sound like confidence in Garoppolo's ability to carry an offense. Another indication that the 49ers possibly may have overplayed their hand and overvalued Jimmy G, especially with the role you have him playing. You know, that Jimmy's is a part of a machine, but not the main cog, right? So another mystery executive told Sando that he believes the 49ers should just wait things out, even if the waiting drags into the season. An injury might cause the team to get desperate enough to strike a deal. That's pretty much, I think, where the 49ers are at right now. Anyway, the unnamed exec told Sando, quote, I just hold on to him. Wait. Someone will get desperate. I'd even keep him through the season. That thing echoes the sentiment, of course, unquote. That thing echoes the sentiment of the Niners front office pretty much right now, as we pretty much heard. Simply releasing JG isn't a scenario that sits well with Coach Kyle Shanahan, who said on March the 29th, quote, I mean, we're not just getting rid of him to get rid of him. Jimmy's a good player that we all really like as a person and as a teammate, and we're going to wait to see whatever helps the Niners the most, unquote. And while most feel that a tradable asset like Garoppolo shouldn't throw the football in practice with the 49ers ever, and I mean ever again, Coach Shanahan said he expects something different if JG is around come training camp. Brace yourself for that. He's saying, as you know, quote, when we start up, if he's with our team, I expect him to be with us, unquote. Now, as we were as recently as last year with Fred Warner's contract, we are witnessing the next star in line to get paid. Deebo. And as the Deebo situation gobbles up headlines for the past couple of days with speculation sparked by some of his social media actions, we give a bit of pause on the Jimmy G thing, just a little bit. But at the same time, he's still connected. And we turn our attention to what is going on with our star receiver. You know, fam, I'm going to tell you, as for me, I don't know, some people don't mind continuing the stressing out. But as for me, I think I'm going to get on the Matt Barrows train. Matty B tweeted, and I read that. I said, you know what? He's absolutely right. Matt Barrows replying to Derek Lamprecht, apparently, I didn't read Derek's question, but I imagine that's something to do. Hey, what do you think about going on the Garoppolo situation? Probably right. And, of course, or the Deebo situation. Of course, Matt responded with, I have a don't care until training camp policy on these matters. Unquote. Oh, solid. Why get yourself worked up into a foam over this? Deebo's not going anywhere. I think Fred did the same thing to us. George Kittle, we were worried about him in the same way. Trent Williams was phoning from Kansas City, saying, you better do something quick or I'm out of here. The 49ers have a penchant for drama. They're going to sign these people, but they're going to do it at their own pace. And it's costing them a fortune this year. All of this is causing a mini panic among the fan base. Samuel's entering the final year of his rookie contract and is eligible for an extension. Okay, well, you know this, and I don't know if you should have even waited till now. Maybe you should have closed this deal in the last season before anybody else got signed. You got to beat the standard 49ers. You got to wait till next year with Nick? He'll be getting paid $40 million a year. And, of course, there are those with the attitude of Matt Barrows of The Athletic who takes a more level-headed approach to the online speculation. And so as of this hour, count me in. Every year since these big offseason re-signs have gotten started, and, you know, that pretty much was the case after the Super Bowl, the Niners have waited until 15 minutes before the mandatory camp got started to sign people. That's just what they do. And they dig themselves in a hole doing that. And I wish to God they would stop doing it, but they're not going to. That's just the way they work. And I'd love to ask Parag and John and the rest of the guys, you know, why do you wait till the end of you wait for several of the signings and then you go ahead and sign our people, which that costs you money, millions, guys. How come? I'd wonder what they'd say. Well, they probably said, well, because we were thinking about not signing him. I mean, if he went too far, as you know, with DeForest Buckner, we made that trade. He is the only big-time ticket we lost. So, you know, and the 49ers saying we felt like we offered him a legitimate price. Now, what the 49ers are going to do, and we need to keep our fingers crossed for that, and you know it, because we've already seen that they will get rid of top-tier talent if that top-tier talent steps over a certain line. I don't know what their red line is. we found out with DeForest Buckner, it was only a couple of million. So if Deebo comes in, and I think probably $25 million is about as far as the 49ers are going to go with Deebo, and probably offer him some incentives, give him some guaranteed money up front. And I said, listen, Deebo, the guys you're talking about have been around for a while now. You're getting this just as much as they are. Just the number, the annual number is not the same, but you're going to make, you stand to make more money than them, and we have faith in you, and hopefully you do too. And Deebo said, no, it's got to be on paper. I want everybody to see that I'm a $31 million wide receiver. And that'll be the time when they say, okay, well, we're done here, and we'll wish you the best of luck. See, you know what? I don't want him to play hardball with Deebo. I really don't. But I could see in a business world that could be the alternative. You can't do that because every guy we got, that means Nick comes in next year asking for $50 million a year. That means everybody else on the roster comes in going nuts. So you almost have to make an example of one player. They already did it with DeForest Buckner. And you think maybe that Deebo probably was watching it. He might say, but if I really like playing around here, I love the atmosphere, I love my teammates, I love the organization, I could do with $2 million less a year. I'm fine with $25 million. They're paying me all my guaranteed money up front. They're giving me this bonus, they're doing that and this. I mean, I can't spend this money in a lifetime. My kid won't be able to either. So, maybe. Hopefully they finalize that soon so we can stop going nuts. Hey, Bob Sacamano. Hey, it's my daughter's birthday. Mia. Hi, Mia. You ready for this? And she's hoping for her to get a happy birthday song from you. She's been talking about, Mia, you really been talking about it all to me. I'm so honored to do it. Let me get a part of this. Let me get a sip. And Mia, this is only water. Don't let anybody tell you different. I think I'm ready to go. You might want to stand back, lower the volume a little bit. It's a little loud. I don't want to bother anybody. If you got any small pets or anything like that, they'll jump up and run and scream, and it'll scare them to death. Happy baby, happy birthday, Mia. Happy Niners birthday, Mia. Happy Niners! You wonder how I can go on like that on and on. I've actually learned to breathe while I'm doing that. Mia, it was a great day today. And maybe, you know what, this weekend, maybe you should have the whole good, it should be a Mia weekend party. Bob, and thanks for that contribution, fam. Let me put on and go to the phone. I think I broke something. No, I'm okay. I'm kidding, I'm fine. Hey, yo, Dre, get in here, man.
What up, Ronbo? You know I had to come back in here. It seems like I kind of spoke this stuff into the future. Remember last time I called in? I'm like, Ronbo, I don't know what's going on here with the man Deebo and everything. And I said, he seemed like he acting more like a prima donna than me. I mean, I understand you want to get paid and all that, but you and Bosa is both in contract years this season. You don't see that man out there. I understand everybody a brand and all that. You know, the Bosa family, they are branding themselves. You know how they do it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, exactly. So, it's like, I don't know if it's that he ain't got nobody really around him and he hanging around more rappers than he is athletes.
You know how they do. Yeah.
Right.
Man, you better get your money, man. Don't take nothing from them people. Right. You a good ball player. Yeah, you can play anywhere in the NFL. Okay, y'all, see, that's not going to work. Y'all need to leave him alone, please.
But exactly. I mean, he's a hell of a player. He's a dog. Don't get me wrong. Don't make it seem like, he's replaceable. But, you know what I'm saying? He ain't the team. So, I mean, for me personally, no one is above the team. And if I'm the Niners, I'm going to send a message to my locker room, like, you know what I'm saying? And that message is, you behave the way he just did, because it ain't like he's setting a message like, oh, we're in the business of not giving up the bag to people who have produced on the field. No, because Bosa do a bag too. He produced just as well. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he's more valuable than Debo to me anyway. So I dish out Bosa the bag and I trade his. You see, I blocked that other word out.
That's
I
good.
would trade his.
That's good. Good call.
So you know what I'm saying? Because otherwise we'll have an Aaron Rodgers situation on our hands.
Yeah, this needs to stop. You guys, they like playing for the organization. Joe Staley's already voiced an opinion on it and asked him to stop it. You don't need to make a public spectacle of it. And last year, I believe somebody did that. It was, remember, Mostert. Mostert went out and did the same thing, and the 49ers says, you know what, our office door is open. Just come in and let's talk. There's no need in going public with this stuff. And that's what Deebo basically did.
Look what that got him, though.
I know. But they gave him some money
that got
year.
him, though. Yeah, they gave him a little money that year, but then look at where it got him, though, in the future. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And it's like you said, and it's like Brandon Aiyuk, I don't know why everybody be trying to dog that dude. That dude is a beast, too. And seeing to the fact that him and Trey Lance out there getting their chemistry up and everything, you see across the league. I don't care what nobody say, the way he work out, who he work out with, any of that, Ronbo. You got you a brand new rookie coming in. You need that chemistry down. You see everybody, all the other wide receivers. Trey Lance was the one that started that working out with the wide receivers this offseason. But you see everybody else doing it. Why ain't you got your butt on that field with him?
And that would give him a little more juice with the 49ers. Deebo should be out working out with Trey as well. So you're right. Don't give us attitude. Guys come in they come in sideways. Don't do that. Just maintain.
Right.
Cool.
I want the bag, but I ain't finna get out here and show you that I'm a leader and I can lead. And you know what I'm saying? To get better, get more chemistry with the quarterback, I'm finna get out here and give you what you paying for, basically.
Yeah.
You buy a ride. You want what you paying for in that ride. So therefore, I'm going to get out here and show you. I'm going to give you what you paying for. I ain't going to just ask you for something, not get out here and show you I'm trying to work. Oh, no, I don't want to get hurt.
Hey.
Whatever.
And then agents pushed that one. But the thing is, look at Fred didn't do that. George didn't do that. Even when the media hit him up, they always say, well, that'll take care of itself. My job is just to play football. And that's what you should do. Don't start erasing social media boards and dropping little dimes here and there. Just stop.
Like my therapist told me.
Yes, you got a therapist?
Therapist don't mean you crazy. Mean you trying not to be crazy. So therefore, it's the total opposite. Don't listen to these people. Grab a therapist. They do wonders. He told me, a person don't change; they get better as they get older. So hopefully. In other words, this ain't gonna end. He like Kyler Murray. He see, it's like your contract ain't even up, and you sitting up here asking for a bag after one productive season. Where was that at? 2020? Who needed you?
And Dre, that you bring up Kyler Murray to parallel with this situation. Kyler though. He is so far out of line. Deebo at least gave you some stuff to talk. Kyler Murray's out there rolling around after game 6 or 7, and he can't play all of a sudden. And he comes running, I need more money. Oh, I got to tell you, Dre, if Deebo was doing this, I said, well, what for? He didn't show me nothing I was impressed with toward the latter part of the season. That's
how I feel about 2020. Let's be real, Ronbo. Let's look at this season like, oh my God, he the best thing smoking since sliced bread. This is the most healthiest season that he didn't had, and he showed up big because Jimmy couldn't. Let's see if you can do that with Trey.
Huh?
I mean, what? Trey gonna make you work a little harder? You afraid of contact? Brandon Aiyuk is that dog. He like Kittle. He run after contact. He go to hit you. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I mean, I trade a little flimsy Dimsy. I know the fans gonna kill me, but I love y'all anyway. But I would trade him, man, for a boatload of draft pick and just keep flipping wide receivers for boatloads of draft picks.
Though, Deebo's like, let's look back though in history. Deebo's like the best wide receiver we've had as far as production goes in the small amount of time sample he's got with 1-2 years. did the 2019 and lost 2020 with 2021. He is like the best we've had. When's the last time we had a Pro Bowl wide receiver?
Let's see. Michael Crabtree went to the Pro Bowl.
Did he? What was he watching? He was watching the game from the stands? I don't remember. I don't remember him being at the Pro Bowl. I remember being voted in.
Okay. He was voted in. Okay. I remember that. You have to say, didn't he go? Wasn't he there?
I don't know.
Well,
maybe you know what he did. Actually, he should have. Maybe he should have been the Super Bowl year. You might be right. I just couldn't remember.
But ain't nobody above the team is what I'm saying. And if you gonna behave like that, you know what I'm saying, and unfollow employers and teammates and carrying on, I don't understand what's going on. Because I'm like, okay, I heard that he unfollowed the 49ers. Don't nobody care about that. You know what I'm saying?
Know that's
but then when the news broke, he starting to unfollow teammates too as the days progress. Wait a minute.
And if he starts blocking people, then you know he's really serious. Anyway,
I understand he's a proven production in everything, but so is everybody else coming out of college, y'all. That's the whole purpose of this draft stuff, man.
Stay grown up. Yeah, they got. His agent should step in and say, D, listen, I can do better work by myself. I need for you just to stand down, stay out of the picture. Please, I'm begging you, man. I'm telling you, neither one of us can make any money. I got it.
But you remember how it started with Alden Smith, though, Ronbo. It started little spurts, something similar like this. It started off small, and then it just whoop.
Snowballs.
He in jail. He here. He there. I mean, I don't care.
We got to go, fam. Good stuff.
All right, Ronbo. Y'all stay blessed out there. Shout out to production. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man.
Thanks, man. Easy. Appreciate you, Dre. See you Sunday if you got some time. All right. And I see Barack Obama says, I'm cracking up seeing all the Jimmy haters crying on their wiener shaped pillows. Barack, thanks for that contribution. And the law has arrived. Brian!
To all the teams in the NFC, the law once again says, know your role. Shut your mouth. Ronbo, what's up with you?
I mean, we're just looking around here because, this time every year we have to go through some drama. Ever since we started having, all the guys we've been drafting down through the years and the blue chip players that are starting to emerge. George Kittle got paid. There was also drama. Fred Warner, there had to be some drama. Trent Williams wasn't any drama, though. Trent Williams, the funny thing about Brian, Trent Williams is sitting in Kansas City making phone calls back to San Francisco. All right, listen, what we gonna do? Because they getting ready to make a move here. Wait, whoa, Trent. Wait, we was just come on, Trent. What are you in Kansas City? Really? Get back here. I tell you what, we were gonna work out a deal. I can't believe it. Who took you to the airport? Oh, okay, anyway, we got this worked out. And then of course, now we got Deebo. I said we can't stay out of this mess. Next year, look forward to it again. I ain't gonna blink next year though. I'm gonna call it before it starts, Brian. What are your feelings on this?
Ronbo, it's the nature of the beast. It's all season. I mean, it's like you said. We went through this with Kittle. We went through this with Kittle.
Fred Warner.
We went through this with Fred and Trent. Trent a little bit, yeah. But I mean, his deal didn't get done until the wee hours in the morning, but it got done. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we just got to decide what game we're going to play. Are we going to play poker or are we going to play Uno?
Brian,
if you're going to play poker, put your chips all in and say, hey, okay, this is our offer. You take it or leave it.
Brian, would you be that hard? I mean, would you be make that move initially and back up and let him eat out of that bowl or not? It's you're feeding your dog, he don't like the food, and then you put it out there. Well, I done bought a 100-pound sack, so that's. So I'm thinking, the negotiation, they've probably been talking, and somebody pointed out on Twitter, they're probably at the halfway point, and there's a stall. And of course, people are getting anxious. It's a posturing move to make them poop or get off the pot. But the 49ers don't play that.
Yeah. Parad, he has his line. And, his line is not like everybody else or other people in this position in the league, And we got to look at what's our ceiling. We got to look at our ceiling. Some other teams' ceilings may be a little bit more wider or expanded, like than ours are, And, remember, we got a lot of dead weight. We got a lot of dead weight. What's his name? D Ford. Maybe if we don't have D Ford on our books, then maybe the free agency will be more lucrative for us.
Actually, I think the 49ers have washed their hands of him. I think he is definitely. I don't know. They have to wait till a certain date or else they take a big hit.
Even although he did, he did have.
He did everything he could with his contract.
Twice.
He did. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Kudos. I give him that. Kudos to that. That's the least you can do. You ain't gave us but 6 sacks in 2 or 3 years on a 5-year deal, on a 5-year deal. That's the least you can do. If you can't help us out, then help the team out.
And that was the option they probably gave him last year. D, listen.
Yeah.
We will take that minor hit that we're going to get from you, but listen, we're going to need you to work with us here, or else, because D was getting paid. He knew he wasn't going to play no more, and he was still drawing millions. You got to cooperate. Then you're forced to.
Right.
But Deebo don't have to, and he knows there's a big day waiting for him out there somewhere, which is worrisome to me because we lost to Forrest Buckner, Brian, the same way. Indy went and paid him $22 million.
Yeah. Well, what they want, bro, when it's all said and done, a deal will be made.
Yeah. The
question is, will it be with us or will it be with another team? But a deal will be made.
Yeah.
It's just keeping it, as I always say, keep it simple and stupid. A deal will be done. I hope and pray and all be possible that it'll be with us. But it's either completion. It's either completion or compensation.
Yeah, and that's,
remember that, Ronbo. Them two words begin with a C. It's either completion or compensation. Completion. What I mean by completion of getting this deal done, or we can't. If there's no way, we've got our I's and crossed our T's, and Deebo may decide, hey, my number's up here. Well, Parad might not want to go there. So now we're going to talk about compensation. Hey,
but you know what? If I'm Deebo, even if they say, listen, we're going to give you 23, but listen, wait, before you get excited, we're going to guarantee blank amount. And then you look at that and say, if you're going to guarantee me that, and look at this bonus. Okay. Y'all can sign me for $15 million because you paid me everything already.
Ronbo, it's what language? It's what language you decide to talk. We got at the end of the day we got to decide to speak the same language. I can't talk Russian and you talking Swahili, so we got to decide which language we're talking about.
Yeah. So that's why I wish why do we have to make this dramatic? And what in the world could they have said? And I don't think the 49ers are concerned about incentives. I could give Deebo an incentive package that I know he thinks he can make. Yeah. And he should be happy with that.
Yeah. And Ronbo, I'm not gonna get off into him clearing his account. That ain't nothing.
But it was uncalled for, Brian. That's what you don't draw attention to yourself just to draw up the drama. Don't do that, Deebo. Come on. You've been with us for how long?
Right. I'm thinking like, okay, what does that mean? Because you people like, he cleared his 49 account. Okay, what does that mean? I'm like, come on, Deebo, really, So what what are you trying to say? Every move has a I'm thinking every move has a reason. There's a reason.
This
there's a reason why you get up.
Yeah.
So I think that Ronbo, I think they'll get it done, and if they got any kind of sense, God given, they'll get this Deebo. They'll realize there'll be a number. I think they'll meet it. Some kind of way they'll meet it, and they'll get it done.
Because he really wants to stay. He wants to stay, and at some point
he wants to stay. Right.
Yeah. It's an ego thing. You got to make this agent and Deebo feel like we won. You know, and at the same time, the organization, there's egotistical problems there as well. They're going to say, well, you know, we don't overpay for people now. What we want to do is we want to make sure that you're happy, but we're going to give you what we think you're worth, and hopefully you'll agree.
Yeah.
And that's where they want to go.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, like I say, and then Ronbo, and see, we're pouring all, we're pouring the mold all in this Deebo thing. We still got to deal with Nick. We still got to deal with Nick Bosa.
Well,
down the line.
The 49ers love to tell you, and I don't know if it's true or not, but they love to tell you that everything's budgeted in. They've got to play. And by the way, I believe them for the simple reason that you don't wait till those situations turn up to start trying to make accommodations and design on any kind of arrangement. You better be thinking about it like last year, not now. So, yeah.
Do you think Nick Bosa is going to command 30 between 30 and 40 million?
We can only go so far above only go so far above the market rate, which I don't know. Didn't somebody just get paid? Who got paid 30? Somewhere near 30 million. Somebody just got paid, right? Was that Joey?
I think so. Yeah. I think his brother did.
Yeah, so it's a little frightening. And next
I
year it's going to go up a little higher. But see, here's the thing we need to remember. Next year, the monies around the NFL are going to go up, and it's not going to be such a big deal. But this year, trying to make the contract is the thing.
I know the salary cap's going to go. I know the salary cap's going to go up. Yeah. So
Brian,
it doesn't matter getting it done.
Yeah. Brian, we're going to go. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to look for you and Sunday. We talk some more 49ers football, and by then we'll be saying, yeah, we knew Deebo was going to fold.
Ronbo, shout out to you, the 49er Nation, and the faithful, and your production, Ronbo.
Thanks,
because
man.
Without no production, there is no
Ronbo Sports.
And guess what? I am out.
All right, fam. The law.
All right, Ronbo. Be
good.
All
right, fam. Appreciate you. Right. Hey, Jay. Yo, Jay.
Ronbo. Hello.
Hey, Jay, I got staggered because Daryl Parrish just said word on the street is Diva wants 32 mil. Cool Whip, are you serious? Okay. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Jeez, man. Ronbo, you know what? I just got to say something before we talk about Deebo, Ronbo. I looked up, right, and I seen some guy named Jimmy Garoppolo, Rambo.
And
you
believe he's the reason why
they show me that.
Yeah.
Yep. Wait, what, Rambo?
You believe the reason that we can't pay Deebo is because of Jimmy, right?
I don't know. Probably. Who knows? I mean, he is holding up like $25 million or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
Jimmy's probably going to get cut.
Okay, you know what we need to start doing, though, Jay? Look at the Dallas Cowboys. Yeah. Their quarterback gets twice as much as Jimmy, and look at the big contracts they got. What people need to stop doing is stop spotlighting the player you hate the worst and defining him as the reason why you can't sign players that are complaining about their salaries. It's not true. We don't have a bunch of idiots sitting up in the front office. It doesn't work that way. Look at the Rams. How many guys they got huge contracts? If they want you, they'll keep you. That's the only way it is. And actually, at this point, Jimmy's a damn bargain. 25 mil.
He's gonna sit for $25 million as a backup. That's a bargain, Ronbo. Yeah, I'm just kidding. Okay, but about Deebo, I wouldn't pay him $30 million. Like what?
32.
I know it's not my. Well, yeah, 32. Not 30 million at all. Like I know it's not my money. It's not my money. I know the Yorks are a bunch of cheapskates. And likes to spend a lot of money.
That's the way you stay rich.
Oh yeah, that's the way they stay rich. The reason why we have Barag here is because him and Jed are best friends. They're
from way back.
Yep, they're lovers from way back. From college and stuff. I'm pretty sure. That's what I heard. And yep, that's why we never make. I mean, we make some big moves sometimes, but yeah. The reason why Trent Williams got paid is because of Kyle. Kyle, he probably called up Jet or Farag and he said we better pay this guy, because Trent, remember he was talking to the Chiefs, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he was.
Like,
He was calling from Kansas City when he was letting them know. He was giving a blow-by-blow to the 49ers front office about here's what's going on now. Here's what's going on now. Listen, guys, the time's running out. We're going to need to do something quick. And then 49ers, but they made, Jay, why do they insist on going through that? Why put everybody through that?
Mm-hmm.
You knew you were going to sign him. And maybe you're right. Maybe Kyle ran in the office and said, look, let's cut it out. All right, let's go ahead. He's worth it. We don't have Joe Staley. The left side is very important. Everybody knows that. You got the best guy in the league standing there waiting for a contract. Give him the damn contract. And, that's probably what happened. You're probably right.
Yeah. And about Deebo, I don't know, man. Like, I wouldn't pay him $30 million, like I said, but if we do get rid of him, we better get like 2 first-round picks and something else, more picks, like 3 more picks at least, or 2. I don't know. Yeah, and I would draft Christian
Jay,
Watson. I know he ain't Deebo, but
But Jay, what happens next year though? We let's say that we go ahead and we resign ourselves to believe that it will be okay without Deebo, right? Next year, we go into a tailspin, right? And the PR nightmares are something that most organizations don't want to be bothered with, especially for reasons like this. But coaches get fired. General managers make their exit is usually imminent as well. You need to be careful about making moves unless you're really calculated and it's really intelligent. Now, this is something that's going to have there's going to be ramifications if you do the wrong thing in the NFL. Because there's only 32 positions, 32 teams. Mm-hmm. There's only so many jobs. If you got yours, better do it the best you can. If you do anything stupid, it could be the last mistake you make.
Yeah. I mean, I would try Deebo and put George Kittle as a running back as Deebo. A tied back. I'm pretty sure it's called a tied back or something. I don't know, but
wide back.
No, it's a tied back, Ronbo. Tied back.
Well, I see what you mean.
Tied back. Yeah.
I just realized what you did there. Now, George Kittle gets hurt enough as it is. Jay, him and Deebo both, they just can't. They're not going to. Neither one of them are going to give you a full 17 weeks. So you start giving George that kind of duty to do, and you know how he runs. George will find the biggest guy in the field and hit him as hard as he can with the ball in his hands. And now George Kittle's getting up a little slowly, and he's going back down. The trainers are coming out on the field. George Kittle's hurt. And now we're sitting there watching. Oh, no. And I remember Jay called it and said, must make George the new Deebo role. No, look at that. You don't want that. George is too valuable. He does too many things. He means too much to the offense.
We still got Brandon Aiyuk. I feel like he has, honestly been, like, limited by Jimmy because, Jimmy doesn't really look down the field that much, to be honest.
Brandon he got plenty of opportunities from Jimmy and caused us to lose that Arizona
Cardinals game. Ronbo? This year he did.
Hey, who was that to fumble the ball?
Target.
Who was that deep down?
It was Aiyuk,
but who's the guy on the team? Who's the guy? Brandon Aiyuk is number 2. Deebo's number 1. You're always going to go to your first option. So people get that confused. That Deebo wasn't ignoring Aiyuk. It was because of Deebo's job. Wait, this is a conversation we're gonna have later.
The reason why Jimmy was targeting
real quick, because you're running out of time. Okay. All right. Splendiferous, guys, be careful. She's got a hair trigger. Splendiferous says they want Deebo to play one more season to prove it. Could be. Yo, Eric.
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Eric, man, it's like we're at that point in the season before the draft, like we always do, the holdouts, and guys threatening not to go to camp. And although, in his defense, Deebo actually, after doing his little number and getting everybody involved, everybody in the 49er Empire, I understand he went back to practice yesterday. So but Eric. This is like, are you worried about Deebo signing?
Um, it's honestly hard to say. I'm 50-50 on it too. In my personal opinion. I think worst case scenario, like in recent times, I think the worst case scenario is you look on Deebo's Instagram and he's following Kansas City or something, or all of a sudden, something like that, where it's all of a sudden, oh my gosh, Deebo's looking for potential teams, or you see Deebo's following the Jets or something.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Something
Right?
like that.
That's gonna do it.
I feel like,
Ew. Oh.
yeah, and for me, to me, Ronbo, I can't justify giving Deebo that much money, and that's my personal opinion. I think if it were me, I would need to see more. Honestly, it's hard to say because it's been reported that he wants to be the highest paid non-quarterback, and that he wants to be the highest paid player on the team. And who's to say the Bosas don't want Nick Bosa to be the highest paid player on the team? That's $60 million.
And Eric, I'm not sure if Bosa's not right about that, because the defense is what wins games every week. It is them who decides if we're going to win or not. Because if we're scoring 40 points and the other team is scoring 45, we're losing.
Oh yeah, and it's every year that the defense is better than the offense. I mean, it seems like every year there's somebody new in the Kyle Shanahan offense that's stepping up.
Mm-hmm.
It used to be George Kittle, and it was Reedy Mostert late in the season, and it was Deebo. I don't know.
Here's the thing. Eric, who's wide receiver 1 last year?
Deebo Samuel.
Why are you guys talking about Aiyuk's wide receiver 1? You know he wasn't. He might be now, but he wasn't. Deebo's got seniority. How many touches did Deebo get? No, was it because Jimmy doesn't like Aiyuk? Anyway, Eric, go ahead.
Yeah, and for me, I think it's because all last year, during the offseason, everyone was saying that Brandon Aiyuk was going to break out. He was going to be the team's number 1, and that could very well happen because Lance, it looks like he's working out with Aiyuk, and it seems like their chemistry might be a little bit better. Who's to say that Aiyuk doesn't turn into the team's number 1? I could see it happening.
Be. I mean, it's just about overtaking him. It comes to, but there's no doubt about Deebo was the man last year coming into the season. Oh, yeah. And it ended up that way. So.
Oh yeah, and for me, Ronbo, I'm gonna ask you a question. If the Niners do decide to trade Deebo Samuel, let's say he maxes out his value, what he thinks he's worth, how much do you think the Niners should get for Deebo?
You never got a first-round pick. I don't know, maybe a second, or 2 seconds. I don't know if anybody's willing to give up 2 firsts for a wide receiver. Well, some people are, depending on how long they've been around. But he gets a 1. Oh, he definitely gets a 1. I don't know if he gets a 2. For now, I think you get 2 high first rounders, or just franchise tag him. Yeah, what do you think?
If it was me, obviously, I'm assuming the Niners are going to get at least 1 first-round pick and other picks. But if the Niners do get a first-round pick, I would take Christian Watson. That's just my opinion. If the Niners do end up deciding to trade Deebo, and the Niners pull in picks, and the Niners have a first-round pick maybe late, Niners go get Christian Watson, go get that 6'4", 4'3". He's already played with Lance. I mean, come on. And we've already seen what Kyle Shanahan could do with guys like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's not going to replace Deebo. I don't think there is a replacing Deebo's impact, but I think the 49ers run game is still good no matter what. I'm not saying Deebo didn't add to that. I'm saying that the Niners typically just have a good run game because that's the type of team they are, I guess.
That's what this offense is. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and who's to say Lance won't add to the run game? I'm not saying Deebo isn't the guy. Yeah, and I'm not saying Deebo isn't the guy, but I'm saying I don't think there's. I think people are a little overvaluing it and saying, oh, there's no replacing him. I think the Niners can, not like he does it, but I think the Niners can get there in some ways.
Yeah, we're gonna. Whereas Aiyuk is talented, but there's something about Deebo. When he got that ball in his hands, the confidence just ran through you as you watched him. As remember, somebody says, looks like Deebo's moving at 1 speed, and everybody else is sort of like moving in slow motion in the background. Because you see this guy come barreling down the field, he's cutting to the empty zone, and he's hitting it. I mean, the dude is just dynamic to watch, right? So that kind of player we will miss, no matter what. But we hopefully will compensate in other ways that we can certainly be satisfied. But still, Make no mistake. Deebo Samuel's a bad mofo, no doubt about it. But, like if people are saying he's not bigger than the team, though.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't want Deebo to leave personally. I think he should stay. But I'm also not going to sit here and make a big deal if he does leave, because I think the Niners, this is one of the things for me. I don't think anybody is seeing Kansas City after Tyreek Hill left. I think for me, Kansas City is still that team. I know that they lost Tyreek Hill, but I still think they're that team that can still make it work. Yeah, I know, but I still think they can make it work in some ways. And I think if you're that type of team, if you lose someone like Deebo, I think you need to find ways to make it work. I think if you're going to be that type of contender, you have to make it work.
Hopefully we don't have to find out. Kansas City's going to find out in a few months.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I don't want to really know. Deebo became the offense at one point, running and catching, So now you got to go another route. I'm sure Shanahan's a pretty good guy. He'll figure out something else. But the thing is, we'll know what we just lost. And that, until we start. As long as we continue winning, I think we'll all be happy. I mean, any changes the team makes, as long as we keep winning. If we were losing, okay, but we've been winning. So if we lose now, there's going to be a lot of problems, especially if both Jimmy and Deebo are gone, and all of a sudden we're like 3-9, and we're sitting there thinking, okay. Anyway, fam, let me see you. I'll be back Sunday. All right.
All right, Ronbo. I'll catch you later.
All right, Eric. Have a good night, fam. All right, fam. It's Sharon.
Hey, Ronbo.
Sharon, how you doing? We're, as you know, we're having our off-season drama with players. Listen, I'm not going to play. I'm not coming to practice. I'm not working out. I'm not doing anything that's going to jeopardize my health until I get my contract in hand. And now here we go again. And we look forward to it next year and probably the next year after that.
They did the same thing to Kittle and Eric and all that. They got the job done. I have faith and I believe they're going to do something with Deebo. They're not going to be that stupid to trade Deebo because they know how good he is and how the fans love him and that we need him. He's part of the team. And I think they're going to get that contract done.
I hope so. I really do.
I don't see Deebo wanting to leave San Francisco. Pay the man his money. Move on from Jimmy. This is the problem. Move on from Jimmy. Cut Jimmy or release Jimmy because he's holding up some of the cap space anyway. So why are we sitting here holding on to Jimmy? We don't have him as a backup because it wouldn't be fair to Trey. If Trey got hurt, then Jimmy starts, and then they're going to cut Trey and then have Jimmy back as our quarterback again. That wouldn't be right. That wouldn't be fair.
And they've already told Trey
move on from Jimmy.
And it's pretty much so. But that's not the root of the problem. The 49ers have the money all budgeted out. They've already said it. So I don't know how they're doing it, but they've already made it clear.
I think it was a couple of weeks back where I saw where John Lynch said Bosa and Samuel aren't going anywhere, that they will get paid. So I believe John is going to get them their money.
They said the same thing about DeForest Buckner. Okay, here's the thing, Sharon. You actually, and I think this comes from the Belichick school of don't let players run the team.
That's why I hate off-season.
Yeah, you got to give numbers, but don't overpay.
Yeah.
You got to be careful about that. So even if we think that anybody's a problem or we think Deebo should get whatever he asked for, you have to have some kind of a structure with these payments because you got a lot of players you got to pay money to, and you can't afford to let this start. And then next year, the next guy asks for way too much. If Deebo is about
the money and stuff like that, then go ahead and trade Deebo. I mean, it would hurt because I'll miss Deebo because I love watching the guy. Mm-hmm. But if he's all about the money and getting paid, then so be it. Let him go. Bye. See ya. We'll get somebody else better than you to fill your shoes, but it'll be hard.
Oh, yes, it will be. No, we're not going to get anybody better than Deebo. But you know what we need? We need to get something that can still keep us winning. You got to go a different way of doing about it.
He should be out there getting ready for mini camps, OTAs, and going out there throwing the ball with Trey, getting the chemistry.
He went back to work yesterday.
And setting an example for him. Oh, okay, good.
Instead of working on social media, is that where you go with that? Yeah. He went back to work yesterday, from what I understand.
Yeah, I think he just got mad or something about the heated conversation that was probably said and deleted his account because you get mad and you do stupid stuff.
And how old is Deebo?
So, I don't know how old is Deebo.
Anyway,
I
he's
don't
at
know.
that age where, I got to act out.
Stubborn and pouting because he couldn't get his way or whatever the case may be.
I've got
but
no
They're going to work with
patience.
him.
I know.
Yeah, patience running thin, frustrated because he wants it done. He wants his contract extended. Give him 5 more years, 3 more years, 2 more years, whatever. Just get it done. Move on to the next. Quit hanging on with the same thing. Every year we go through this mess. Come on, Niners.
Every year. And everybody gets paid, right? So I'm
I'm
saying,
tired of offseason already.
Exactly. If anything, if I see what's
This
happened
is
the
why
last
I
few
don't
years,
deal with
I know I'm going to get my
off-season.
money. There's no need to get crazy.
Right. Yeah, he's going to get his money. It may not be what he's asking for, but he'll probably be meeting them halfway and be satisfied, but it won't be what he's asking for. I don't think it's 32 or whatever. It may be, but I don't know.
Well, that's what
but
he
I
may
think
be
he'll
asking for.
settle for something.
And see, that's why I say Jimmy has nothing to do with that. The 49ers, we could have plenty of money. Jimmy don't need to be here. They're not paying him that amount on general principle.
I still say they need to, because nobody's going to run a broke quarterback. I mean, going through surgery, then got to wait to practice with his arm and all that stuff.
On a new team.
Why are you holding on to him? Just cut him and release him. How hard is that? Let him go.
Well, Kyle likes
Let
him.
him heal, and then, I know Kyle likes him.
He explained it.
Yeah, because what he did for us and everything else, but I guess.
They still look at Jimmy as a good, Sharon, they still look at Jimmy as a good quarterback. And it's justifiable. When you go 2 out of 3 years, when you're right at the doorstep, no team gets rid of their quarterback under those circumstances except for us. So you got to figure,
I don't know,
Kyle's thinking about that.
We probably will see Jimmy next season. I don't know, but we'll see. But it wouldn't be fair to Trey, I don't think.
Yeah, and there's a problem. You traumatize your new kid, and also they gave up too much for Trey, so they got to put him in there, and that's a hole they dug for themselves.
They were going to go with Trey anyway. So.
Yeah, they did, and they told him that, and he's all ready to go. So you don't want to tell him when he comes back in. Listen, there's going to change plans, and we know you'll probably understand.
What do you think about the new cornerback, Charvius Ward? What do you think?
I like him a lot. The more I look at his tape, the more I like him. I like him a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I was seeing his videos the other day where he was working out. I was like, oh, okay, not bad. Just don't get hurt.
See, Sharon, that's our whole problem. It's not that.
Exactly. We don't need nobody getting hurt this year.
What if Jason Brett would have stayed healthy? Right? Okay, we wouldn't be. Travaris Moore wouldn't be, or Travaris Ward wouldn't even be here.
If everybody stays healthy this year, Ronbo, I think we can go far this year. But if we fall, forget it.
Back to the dirt.
Forget it. Or yep. Mm-hmm. That's what I say. Or we barely sneak it in like we did last year.
I know, right? Scariest year. I was so proud of that they showed character. I didn't really know the 49ers had that kind of grit. And they kept fighting. They never gave up.
On that last year. I told you they were going to sneak in. They're going to make it and sneak in somehow, but they didn't.
Sharon, they almost snuck in 2020, though. Remember that? We had about 3 or 4 weeks to go, and we were still actually mathematically not unlimited, and then we finally turned to dirt. Oh, Sharon.
But I think during the wee hours, though, John and Lynn is going to call in Deebo, and they're going to get the contract done like they did Kittle.
Yes.
Make him a Niner for life.
Sharon, we got to go. Say hi to Mom. I'll be back Sunday. Good to hear from you again, too. We haven't heard from you in a while.
All right, Ronbo, you too. Yeah, I had to pull my kids out of school because somebody had a gun. I wasn't sending my kids to school.
Oh, whoa, that must have been frightening. Glad to hear that.
Yeah, that was scary. Yeah. All right, Ronbo.
All right.
All right, bye.
Night, Sharon. Okay. Oh, and 49ers, it says 2 high first rounders or just franchise tagging them. See, I don't know if the franchise tag is an option, right? Although they probably would before they let him go. Deebo's really important in this offense. No matter who's quarterback, Deebo's important. He just does too much work. Split Difference says Niners don't want any one player to be bigger than a team, and that's the bottom line. It's not about anybody getting paid too much. In that case, you go back and you tell George. George already restructured. You go back to Fred. Fred, can we restructure your contract? Trent, can we cut it back a little bit? This is why if they want to do these things, they can do them. They're going to tell you right now, we're not giving you $32 million. Yeah, hey, fly guy.
What's good, Ronbo?
Actually, fly guy, I've decided to relax. 49ers go do it like they do everybody else. They ain't going to make Deebo special. Because Deebo, We'll pay you 5 minutes before mandatory training camp starts, and you're gonna like it. So stop running around here showing out, so everybody can say, "Ooh, poor Deebo." Hey, Fly Guy, are you saying poor Deebo, or are you saying Deebo? Stop, man. Chill.
What I see that the front office is losing control of the team. It's like, when is gonna stop? Most of it, that's same thing a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now Deebo is doing the same thing. It have to stop at one point, because we cannot continue to bring distractions to the team. So you have to set an example right now. I don't care how good you is. You could be the best player on the team. When you start acting like that, I'm trading you. Like, that's it. We're gonna let the other players know. That's why you have a agent to negotiate for you. You don't have to do the work for yourself.
It might be all the agent right now, Fly Guy. Deebo may be sitting home thinking, "Oh man," and he's probably got somebody else working his social media. You know, Deebo's probably saying, "I'm gonna trust y'all. You better know what you're doing." It is possible Deebo has nothing to do with this stuff.
It's not professional. I lost respect for Deebo. Like, I don't even want him on the team no more, because nowadays these players are not about the love of football. They just want to get in the NFL for a bag. Like, I want to get in there and I want to play one good year, then I'm going to ask for a bag. And then from that point, they don't even care about playing hard no more. I got the bag. Come on, it don't work like that.
We did think that with we thought that about Fred last year, didn't we? I thought Fred lightened up a little bit. I thought his intensity. He took his foot off the gas just a little bit. Remember, because Fred was just hardcore. And then after he got paid, he's a little different. Maybe my imagination, a lot of people's imagination, though. I don't think they do that on purpose, though.
I mean, I'm not saying that they do it on purpose, but it got to be for the love of football while you play football. You can't just be in the NFL just after a year you want a bag, after a good year. Because think about it, why you think Aiyuk had one of the best rookie season he had is because Diva was not there. Yeah. He was hurt. Yeah. And every couple, Diva always missed like 4 or 5 games. But why a team is going to give you $32-something million when they're not even for sure that you will be happy for the whole year?
Like, remember one thing: the other owners paying people. Devontae got paid, Tyreek got paid, Stephon got paid, and Deebo's watching all of this, and they play the same position as he does, right? So Deebo's thinking, I do more for them. Man, we went to the NFC Championship game, and they didn't, and they got paid. All right, so now Deebo's thinking, and I'm one of the biggest reasons why. So Deebo's sitting there thinking, so I need to get paid. Maybe he's thinking that way, or his agent is. One or the other.
Yeah.
This is the reason why this is happening. Otherwise, it wouldn't happen. And by the way, Fly Guy, if they would have gave Deebo his money sooner than later, like they're doing now, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. They would have gave Deebo $24, $25 mil a year, and that would have been it. No, we waited till now, and that's what the problem is.
That's what I was saying. You in the game if you play football, you should be in it for the love of football. Because not every team got the same amount of money. So if you love 49ers, I'm pretty sure they're gonna give you a bag. So what? The Tyreek, whatever, who got $30 million.
That's why it works.
I mean, 49ers gonna give you at least 24, 25. At least.
But
that's good enough.
Fly Guy, do you think Dak Prescott is worth over $40 million a year?
He in the quarterback position, because I always
know, but still, that's what I'm saying. This new thing, it's not a new thing, but this standard of elite is really, I don't know if the NFL is going to put a stopgap on it or something. You can't keep letting people, these prices are climbing. Pretty soon, either that salary cap goes way up, or there's going to be such an imbalance between your top 2 or 3 players. Teams are going to start looking bad at some point, you know.
Yeah.
The $50 million quarterback is coming. You can see it now.
Yeah, but that's the direction I wanted 49ers to go. Instead of you focusing on players, focus on the main position, which is the quarterback position. This is the main position. Like Dallas, when they got their guy, of course, pay the guy that you feel like quarterback win championship, not receivers, not running back, not none of those, Ronbo. Quarterback win championship.
What I'm saying
you
is,
build a championship team around quarterback.
I fully agree, but what I'm saying is, can I negotiate your contract? If I don't think you're as good as Aaron Rodgers, I don't need to give you Aaron Rodgers money. I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to give this incentive package. When you play better, or do more than Aaron, or you do more than Tom, or you do more than all the guys in the league that have been around for a long time and been doing great things, I'm going to put you so far ahead of him. But I need for you to do that. I don't need to just pay you because the standard's just been set. And that goes for every position. Because if I don't have a Tyreek Hill, if I don't have a Devontae Adams, I don't need to pay you the same money. Otherwise, what is the point of them getting paid that money? They earned that. And I think you're a little bit less. I'm not saying anything. I'm not disrespecting you as a football player, but I'm going to give you. He gets 32. Let me look at production here. All right. This is why I'm going to give you this. Why can't we go that route instead? He got paid 32, so automatically who's never in line next, you get 33. No.
49ers have a big problem. I've been saying it. I must keep saying it again. They have a big problem. Is I don't know if it's John or Kai is one of them. They will not address the problem that we have on the team, which is just like Dallas when they got, let's say we would have saved $60 million for the quarterback position. We got Aaron Rodgers. So now we could have just easily go in the draft and pick some receivers, and we'll be good. Look at Brady. He went to Tampa Bay, and he won a championship with no-name players. Like, those players was never known before, Ronbo.
No. Everybody on his, that's an all-star team when he went to the Super Bowl. They got a whole lot of names. What?
They was not even making the playoff. They was not even making the playoff.
Well, that was last year. They was hurt. All they needed was Brady. They had Brady, but they still had nothing but studs lined up around him, though. So that wide receiver room is crazy.
It's always that before you saw the puzzle. It's always that first piece you got to put in.
Yeah. All right. Guys, 4-3-2, we got to go to Texas. Guys, we get cut off like that. That means we went way over time. 4-3-2, Texas. Deep in the heart of Texas.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, who is this?
Cornelio.
Cornelio. Hey, Cornelio. Come on in, man. We're talking about Deebo, man, and we're trying to find out or figure out, is he going to stay? Should we be worried about that? And, Cornelio, what do you think, man? I mean, Deebo, and I just read on the chat, somebody said Deebo's running up and down the street saying, I need $32 million. Are you giving him that, or are you going to get over this?
I wouldn't give it to him. If he's asking for that much, I would just trade him. I know we do need a receiver for Lance to throw the ball to, but I would just trade him to the Jets for that number 10 pick and the second round and get it over with.
They'll take him, too. But the Jets would take him, too.
My main thing, I know they will. My main thing is I think the 49ers like the egg on that one. They should have just signed him right after the season. They probably would have got him for 23 to 25 at the most.
25 at the most, right? And this is a habit they do all the time.
We could blame the offense on that one. Yep. We could blame the 49ers on that one.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have to either trade them or pay them.
Because the 49ers, they have a policy, I guess, around the office. We set the mark at this position. We don't deviate. We're going to pay him this, and that's where we want to stop. If he starts talking about this much more, then we got to go. I really think they've done that.
Yeah. And they're gonna like next year or the next year after that, they're gonna have to pay Bosa, and they're gonna pay around 35 for Bosa.
Cornelio, if that happens, woo, God, that would be whoa. He's worth it though.
Yep, and he is worth it. They ain't gonna cry about it. They're just gonna give him the money here.
Well, the 49ers have to go back and forth. Everybody gets, they just never just go pay anybody. They got to draw it out and make it into a drama, and we got to read about it. It's become a habit.
Yeah. Well, when he was a rookie, Bosa, he didn't even want to sign his rookie deal because it wasn't right. So
I know.
They ain't gonna mess with him.
I know,
you
right?
already know that one.
His agent is hardcore. Hey, but Cornelio. Yeah. You remember Michael Crabtree? Michael Crabtree, like Brian Colt pointed out earlier, Michael Crabtree set a new record for a rookie coming in and refusing to sign his contract. And you believe, I still, that numbed me out. I got over that. I don't even think about that anymore. I was so mad. I said, man, this dude, man. I mean, he's good, but come on, man.
But when Crabtree was coming out, I was all excited because what he did in college. There, he was awesome in college.
Yeah, he was.
He was great.
But you need to
'Cause
hold
I'm from a little, but so I knew all about him.
I know. Yeah, you're in Texas, right? You saw him close.
Yeah, I'm from close.
I just can't understand a rookie. You know, rookie contracts are not. Maybe rookie contracts are already set up before you get there. If you're a first-round pick, you get this amount of money at this position. Crabtree's coming in. I'm sorry, I'm not no ordinary ball player. I just need a little bit more if I'm a player. Else I don't need to play football, people. Yeah, Michael, what are you doing? You know, and then finally the 49ers came to terms with him. I said, I hate when guys come in tripping. You're a rookie. Come in and show me something first. Could you do that? And then we could get paid.
Yep, I agree.
And
I agree with that.
So, now we got this thing. But Deebo's done a lot. And quite frankly, he is one of the biggest reasons why we went to the Super Bowl. He is the biggest reason why we came back from that. We were 3-5 last year. And the guys just keep grinding.
He was awesome last year.
And Deebo and the rest of the guys, they just kept going. They just kept pushing until they finally got to the promised land. But still, you got to know the team is going to suffer.
He's just so good. He's just so good with the ball in his hands.
I know, right?
It's not comparable. He looks like he's playing at another speed. Once he gets the ball in his hands, it's crazy.
That's why
I wish they would have just paid him, man. I wish I would have paid him 2 months ago.
And that's why people think that all of a sudden Deebo's going to start going down the field deep. Well, they're going to be in for a shock. What you see Deebo doing, he does better than anybody. He does better than anybody in NFL. That short game, get the ball into his hands as quick as possible, ain't gonna change. That's taking a weapon away. We want that.
The long ball is that's not his strength.
And even if it was, what he does really best, get the ball in his hands, just be on the line of scrimmage, just around the linebacker area, and let him do the Deebo. That's what you want. That's what he does better than anybody in the league. Why would you stop doing that? It's not going to happen.
It won't happen. If they pay him, they're going to keep doing that to him. But I don't know how long he could hold up playing running back, though.
I know, right? I really wish they'd stop doing that. But he does that so well, Cornelio. He does that well. As soon as he gets the ball, he'll stew that hole right now. And he can break one at any time doing that. He's like a slower version of Mostert.
Yeah, well, at the end, he was scoring a touchdown practically every game.
Yeah.
Running the ball like that.
That's what his agent is
telling.
That's what his agent is telling Parag and John. So.
Man, I would love to see what Kyle thinks about this. Like, hey, you're going to pay this man? Well, at the end of the day, it's up to Kyle, but I wonder what he's thinking, if he's going to pay him or not.
Oh, man. We go through this every year. But in 2 or 3 weeks, we're not going to see Deebo at OTAs. Or on the 19th, we're not going to see him at voluntary conditioning camp. We're not going to see him. Because the 49ers want to make a statement. They're going to let you know, when you come in here crying about too much money, we're not going to just jump. And so this is going to go on for a while.
And see, and maybe if Deebo wasn't hurt most of the time, well, not most of the time, but sometimes.
A lot of the time, yeah.
I think it'll be easier for everybody to say, just give him 32 and get it over with.
Yeah.
But and you give him the 32 and he starts getting those hammies again and pulling his groin. That's when everybody will be like, why do we give him that money? And it's going to.
No.
That's what's hard about it.
I know.
Because his production is worth the money. So it's just his injury.
I was scared. I was scared to death last year. He was getting every time Deebo got the ball, I was scared he was going to get hurt. Remember that time that he dropped to his knee because he felt that twang about to come? At least he's learned to do that. Deebo just stopped. I said, what's wrong? And Deebo just says later,
I thought he was out for at least 3 games.
Yeah, he's out.
I'm glad he was only one.
One game, right? See, he knows when it's coming.
Yeah, it's one
game. Scary. So well.
Well, it looks like he's working now.
Yeah, he went back yesterday. Yeah, he knows he's got to keep in shape, especially him. Deebo cannot get fat, and he's got to stay fluid, and he's got to keep loose, because otherwise, twang.
Yep.
Cornelio, man, great to meet you, Cornelio, man. I'll be back Sunday if you got some time, huh? I'm looking for you.
Okay, I'll give you a call.
Looking forward. Like Leo. And hey, Clarence.
Hey, Ronbo, what's going on, brother?
Clarence, man, we're sitting back here. You know how we do. We get together, we start worrying. It's a group hug. They're trying to take Deebo away from his man. They're fooling around with his money. They won't pay him. Yeah, Clarence, you know, it's so funny because the last time I thought DeForest Buckner was going to sign too. I was confident. God, man, it's all BS, man. Come on, man. George signed, blah, you know, we're fine. Hey, wait. George signed before, and then Deebo signed. No, DeForest was the first guy. George just got there. Okay. Hey, Clarence, you know, I got the order wrong. Buckner was first, not George. Right?
Yeah. Like I said, so with Buckner, basically they were banking on because if Buckner wanted over $20 million at the time.
Yeah.
Now that's child change, but and then they and they decided no, we're just going to trade you and grab the pick.
No, they just set the mark.
Became Kinlaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then and they paid it, and they paid Eric instead, which obviously that's been good for them. It's been good for us because he's been he's been healthy, and he's in the correct position that he's supposed to be in. But the Deebo stuff. So did Deebo say he wanted $32 million, or did that come out in social media, or how did that come out?
That's one of those things that's being passed around. Now, we're going to find out later whether it's yay or nay on that, but, I mean, the rumors are out there. You know how the rumors are going to go, Clarence. You're going to hear all kind of things.
Yeah, exactly. So, could it be the agent being stupid? Yeah, I can see that.
Absolutely. That's his job. Yeah.
So who's the highest paid right now? Is it Devontae or is it Tyreek?
It's a good question. I think it is Devontae still. No, Tyreek's the highest, and Devontae's number 2.
At what? At 30?
You see, the way their contracts read, I think Stephon Gilmore got a huge guarantee. Yeah, I have to look at those again. I don't know which one's getting high the piss, honestly.
So the Niners will probably split the difference. They'll probably, okay, Deebo, you want 32, quote unquote, if that's what's been spit out there. Again, if it's not coming out of Deebo's mouth, I'm not going to trust it. They split the difference between the highest and what that person wants. And I don't see that being an issue as far as paying them. Because remember, he's not going to get paid that 27, 28, 29, 30 million, or whatever the case may be, until next year. So that's not going to affect the cap or anything like that.
I know.
They may, and they're going to, all his guaranteed money is not going to be part of the cap either. So they're probably going to give him
And it's good that you point out. People are still crying about other people on the roster, and it didn't have anything to do. Deebo and especially Nick, that's year after year. It's not now. It's just what they want to get guaranteed now as players.
Yeah, Nick's going to get paid 30, 33, 34, 35 million. Because that contract's going to go up again next year anyway.
Oh,
so
huge. Because TV deals kick in. Yeah.
Exactly. So 35, they'll be able to crush that without any issue. Should they have paid Deebo before everybody else?
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. The thing is, like I said, Devontae, Tyreek, who else got paid? Stephon. Those guys have been healthy. For a longer amount of time.
I mean, every last one of them. Even Tyreek, and usually speedsters are always laying up lame because of a pull hammy. Those guys stayed on the field the whole time.
Exactly. So therefore, they may want to see if they can get, can you give me another year of good production? Then we'll pay you, or they'll put some, like you said, we'll give you X amount. But we'll give you enough incentive to make sure that if you make all these incentives, which I think you can do, whatever those incentives may be, you'll get paid more annual than Tyreek, than Devontae, than everybody else. So your average annual, just for the contract alone could be, we'll just call it 27.
Right.
But with all your incentives, you could be making 37.
Yeah.
But, some more ridiculous amounts more than them.
And make it
So
simple.
there-
You make the Pro
so
Bowl.
there's that.
You get over 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah.
You meet
Yeah,
your
that's-
same rushing total from last year. Deebo, if you throw a touchdown, I'm going to give you the whole package like you did last year.
Right,
Work with us. We want to work with
those
you.
Incentives,
Yeah.
yeah, I believe those incentives don't count against the cap either.
No, they don't.
I don't think
Bonus
they
money
do.
doesn't either.
So,
It's salary.
Yeah, so it's just salary only that counts against the cap. And for those who are saying that Jimmy is, holding up the money, he is holding up the money, but he's holding up the money for free agents that would want to sign here now.
Yeah.
Not anything that's
Nothing to do with this year. Is it
like Nick, like Diva, anything like that.
I mean, they've already met the cap agreement. They already made it. So whatever they do now is moot. And then they can't, whatever they signed Deebo for, like you just said, it goes against the cap next year, not this year.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Because Kittle's kicked in his first year, kicked in last year. I believe Fred's will kick in this year, right?
Yeah.
Fred.
Yeah. But that's already been budgeted in.
Yeah,
as well.
Fred.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's already budgeted in. Now it's just a matter of, getting on the field and do what you got to do. And whoever's saying trade Deebo, I get it. You can get some quality picks out of it. But you don't have Deebo is unique. You hear now during the draft talks, everything, we're trying to find our own Deebo.
I know. Every year. People don't even know.
Every
the
year
announcers, yeah.
Yeah, and the thing about Deebo is the thing that makes him different, other than his, he can run and he can catch and he can be a running back and he can be a wide receiver, is the vision he has as a running back and a wide receiver that allows him to attack the hole, to,
and viciously,
get through the crack,
and Clarence,
so forth.
And Clarence, don't forget this physicality, knocking the mouthpiece out of a man's face while he's coming down the field. That's hard. Clarence, you gotta go though, fam.
The Deebo physicality. That's Deebo physicality and his vision. So it's like having Frank Gore but faster.
And a little bit, maybe a little stronger. Deebo hits with a hard impact. That's crazy. Clarence, you gotta go. Look for you Sunday, huh?
I'll do my best. I appreciate it. I haven't talked to you a while.
Yeah, we haven't talked in a long time.
I see every day stupid Grant Cohn and all those clickbait videos, and it's like I never watch them because it's like I don't pay attention. It's like, really, you do what now? Shut up. Just go on with yourself. So I just wait till you get on and I'll listen.
Well, thanks, Claire. Appreciate you.
I appreciate it.
And I'll tell you what, hopefully you will have time for us on Sunday. Be looking for you, okay?
All right, man. Take care. God bless you. Be safe, okay?
Thanks, fam. Have a great night. And yes. Hey, Bethel.
Hey, Ronbo.
Bethel, what was that sound? That wasn't you.
You want to hear the sound?
It sounded like somebody. It sounded like you. Maybe you swallowed some helium. Well, I heard a high voice. Hey, Bethel. So, as we sit here, we're talking about the worry begins, as we do every year with our big-time free agents. Well, you know what? Deebo's not a free agent. He's just somebody they want to sign before it's too late. Because this contract is not going to kick in until next year, no matter what happens this year, right? So, Deebo, people are saying, well, he's asking for 32. That hasn't been confirmed. But, we don't know what he's asking for. But what's the highest you want to pay him? And are you going to worry about this?
No, the issue that I have with Deebo right now is doing all this drama. I go, Kittle did not remove all his 49er stuff. Fred Warner did not remove all his 49er
Nobody
stuff.
done that but Deebo. Blame Kyler
Yeah,
Murray.
like
He
that's-
started this.
That's all drama stuff. Like, we're laughing at other teams for their players doing it, and now Deebo's doing it. Like,
I was
come on.
shocked. I
Like,
really was. Were you shocked?
yeah,
I was
like
shocked.
we were not knowing that, you know, he would do something like that. I'm all like, you know, what are you telling the team that basically you're the whole team, that without you, you know, we can't do nothing? Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. And plus, you know, one of the things that I've seen that I seen on film, I was checking out some stuff of Aiyuk, and in the championship, Aiyuk had 27 plays. Out of the 27 plays, he was open 17 times. So imagine if they would have thrown him the ball. Imagine how many yards he would have got in that game. He probably would have been. We probably would have been talking about Aiyuk, you know,
asking for more money.
but we couldn't because they were not throwing him the ball. So imagine if you do pay Deebo, you pay him his money, and you start Trey Lance, and Trey Lance starts throwing the ball to Aiyuk because he has that chemistry with him, and now Aiyuk is making all these touchdowns, making all these yards, and doing all this thing. Now Aiyuk is balling, and Deebo is not. Are you gonna have Deebo crying in the media saying why is he not getting the ball, having all that drama in the locker room because he's not getting the ball? You know, and you don't want stuff like that.
Well, you know, there were some other reports about what was going on in camp and everything else. You know, Aiyuk, he does have an ego. A lot of people don't want to accept it, but actually Deebo was the man last year. This is why when they work out during the week and do practice. Bethel, you ever played football before?
Yeah, I played football.
Okay,
I
remember how coaches used to go over plays and you work them, you go over till like it makes you crazy because we're going over the same play over and over and over again. Now at the college and pro level, it's a little different though because you're going to run that play during the week. And by design, sometimes if a wide receiver is open, he may be open, but he's not open in the position that the coach wants it. He wants a player in a certain position on the field. And the way the play works out, the X's and O's, bump, grind, move this way, that way, you're going to go right here. This is what you call efficiency. Now, some quarterbacks can go ahead, go off schedule. They can improvise. They can do things. But if you work on a play all week long, you've got it down, you're probably not going to start doing wild things because that's not the kind of offense Kyle Shanahan runs. When you see people open, it's not only because the quarterback didn't notice or didn't watch him. It was never designed that way. And what receiver they went to is probably the one they wanted to go to. Not all the time.
Yeah, but
some of the time.
It's all up to the quarterback who gets the ball. If the quarterback is not throwing you the ball, if the quarterback is not throwing you the ball, you know, it's not your fault that they're not throwing you the ball.
Quarterback's got it.
You know,
also, remember, one other thing I want to mention too. You got to remember one thing too. Quarterbacks are going to trust certain receivers more than they do another, and that's every quarterback in the NFL
imagine Aiyuk is going to trust.
Lance is going to trust Aiyuk. You mean?
Yeah. So imagine if he starts balling. You know what's going to happen. Then Aiyuk he's going to end up with his contract. Are you going to pay him $30 also, or are you going to trade him? What are you going to do then? And plus, you have to pay. You have to pay Bosa also the same year as Deebo, not as Aiyuk.
But they're all grown men, though, Bethel. I think they understand. You know, as I say, if I'm not going to start crying because you don't throw me the ball, especially if I dropped it a couple of times. I mean, because Deebo is like hardcore. He's going to be that guy. I'm probably be the same way. I may see Aiyuk, but I'm going to go to Deebo because I know what's going to happen when he gets the ball. With Aiyuk, I know what's going to happen with him, but I like the results I'm going to get with Deebo. And look at what we got. We got a guy that went over 1,500 yards and 1,500 yards. He's just dynamic. Every quarterback in the league has got his bread and butter receiver.
So imagine this, Rumble. Imagine they don't pay Deebo, and okay, you want to trust on your own? All right, do it. Now, Aiyuk is the one balling. Aiyuk. Okay. And now Deebo's gonna be like, oh, I'm not getting yards. I'm not getting all this like I did last year. And so what is he gonna do? Is he gonna start crying in the media that he's not getting the ball?
No, but remember,
he's not getting the yards.
But remember, Kyle Shanahan's the coach, so I don't think. Okay, let's see what happens. I don't see Aiyuk actually overtaking Deebo this year if they're both on the field as WR1. Maybe it would be nice actually because that means now you've got a hell of a situation going on there. I got Deebo and Aiyuk's out playing him. Oh, that's nice. So we'll see.
Yeah, but the reaction, the thing that we want to know is how is Deebo gonna react to everything because.
Well, wait and see what happens. Wait and see. I can't imagine Deebo not being a part of the. Yeah, I can't imagine that. Deebo's still going to be the guy. We'll see, but I still think he's going to be the guy.
Oh, and one thing that I do give props to Garoppolo is that Garoppolo did not take down none of his 49er stuff in none of his playing all this game.
Bethel, we got to go. One thing people need to know about Jimmy, regardless of what people think about how he plays, dude's got class.
He has more class than Deebo.
He's got class. That's why I like him so much. Dude is so cool. Anyway, Bethel, we got to go. We got to see you Sunday, okay?
All right, see you Sunday.
All right,
hit the like, and let's go now.
Yeah. All right, Bethel. And let's go to
all right, good night.
Papa Direct. Good. Bob, get in here, Bob.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Bob, I feel like you came in, I'm sitting down in his chair, and you came in and sit next to me on the sofa.
always
we should play some music as you came from backstage.
Production's looking awfully beautiful today. They look wonderful. They're nothing but class.
Well, thanks, Phil.
You guys treat me well. The buffet table was nice.
You remind me of me. When those things are set up, I'm always the first guy to let everybody know, listen, this is good stuff. Okay, but you're done. Okay. In fact, you should save some things for other people. Can we get you over here, please? I remember them high school banquets. I was always out of line. But you know what? We shouldn't have had those after practice. I used to tell them, what do you expect me, man? Of course I can eat a whole vat of chicken. Bob, hey, so you got Deebo, and I'm not sure. And Bob, you probably know a little bit more about this. Do you think Deebo's actually actively working social media? Remember you said yesterday, was that you said, Deebo, they should have people do social media for him, and actually the agent's doing all the talking. So what do you think's going on here? And should we be concerned?
It doesn't matter. I mean, you think Instagram's going to affect a multi-million-dollar negotiation? I mean, the real villain in this whole thing isn't Deebo. The real villain is the guy that we don't talk about. His name is John York. He's the one that controls the money. He's the one that's untouchable. He's the hidden boss that you don't get to the end of the movie and find out, oh, you're the dude in charge. He's the cat in charge. Jed don't have no power. Right? It's like the Yorks are very frugal, and their frugality always winds up hurting them in the end. Either they don't sign the right player, or they piss a player off, or they wait too late because they think that they control a market, and no one controls the market. The market controls the market.
Ain't that the truth?
So no one was expecting these receivers to be getting paid like this. Did you? I didn't.
I was shocked. I'm still in shock. Devontae, that just blew me away.
I thought the first person at $30 million was going to be Bosa.
Yeah.
So again, that's what I thought. So I mean, what's changed right now is the market. So it doesn't matter what he does. The 49ers control his rights. Only thing he has a choice of doing right now is holding out or playing football. We got him for $4 million next year, If we want to franchise him the year after that, that's $18 million. And I would rather play Deebo $22 million over the next 2 years than trying to pay him $60 million over those years.
Oh, that's
so
a big
that's
difference.
number one. Yes. So number one, let's talk about a couple of very, very serious statistical items right now. Okay. Deebo excelled in this offense because of Garoppolo.
Yep.
Now, who is the leading receiver based on targets when Trey Lance started? That was Brandon Aiyuk. The difference is that, Trey Lance makes more NFL throws. He throws down the field beyond the hashes. Okay. And again, part of that is because he's got a stronger arm. He can get the ball there. The other part of it is he can buy some time in the pocket. He is more athletic and quicker in the pocket than Garoppolo is. Garoppolo's got to get rid of the ball 1.5 seconds to 2 seconds, which means that he's catching it and he's flinging it. He's throwing it, which means he's going to throw it short. Okay, so that tells me a couple of things right off the bat. And how much time has Aiyuk missed because of injury compared to Deebo? So what you're looking at here is a rough and tough negotiation. And this rough and tough negotiation does not favor Deebo. So what do? Well, I'm going to try to create some controversy on social media. Well, do you think John York is sitting there on social media looking at his Instagram account? You think he cares that some kid who wants a bunch of money, stop following the 49ers? Do you think he gives a shit about that? No. What he cares about is the billions of dollars he makes every year. And he don't like to spin it up front. That's the difference between us and the Rams. The Rams are going to give you more guaranteed money. They're going to give you more money up front. The 49ers don't do that. Okay, if you look at Bobby Wagner's contract, he's only making $6.5 million next year. That's all he's making. Now, he's got a bunch of incentives and a bunch of escalators and some workout bonuses and stuff like that makes his deal a little bit bigger. But his cap hit 6.5. So that tells you what the Rams do is they're going to put a bunch of money at the back end and they're going to guarantee a bunch of money up front. So their cap hits aren't as big. But the biggest difference between the Rams and the 49ers is that their stars don't get hurt. Our stars get hurt, and we pay them a lot of money. So we have George Kittle and Deebo. What they have in common is that they try to run through a brick wall every play, no matter if it's 2 yards, no matter if it's a yard, no matter if it's 10 yards. They just try to run through things. They don't know how to get down. They don't protect themselves. You can't win every battle by trying to run through it. You got to be a little bit strategic about it. Now, again, they're the barbarian type. They belong in the 1970s. That's how they play. I admire it. But the reality is that there are two best offensive players, and they're not guaranteed to play an entire season because of how they play. So that's something you have to look at.
And it's not discouraged. Kyle likes that. When he went out and got Deebo, that's what he had in mind. George Kittle, that's what they had in mind. With Aiyuk, I'm still not sure. Aiyuk's like between the two. He's physical, but he's a better route runner.
Aiyuk is a very good football player that if he played with a better quarterback, and we don't know what kind of quarterback Trey is going to be yet because we just don't know. We don't know. We really don't. I mean, because he's got to go do it, right?
I just want to add, he played with a rookie quarterback. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, but if Aiyuk played with like Aaron Rodgers, how do you think he'd do?
Probably do well. But he did well at Arizona with a kid that was so. It still has something to do with the game plan.
Right. Now who's working out with Trey Lance right now?
Oh, that's Aiyuk.
Where's Deebo at? He's in Florida.
Deebo's complaining. But Deebo, that's why when everybody says, well, who's working out Lance? Of course, everybody knows that Lance and Aiyuk are working out, but Deebo's busy fighting the management, so he'd be working out otherwise.
If you call taking stuff off Instagram fighting, I don't call it that.
Well, the thing is, he should be focusing on football, and he ain't. I don't know what's going on with him, right? I was wondering. I understand he went back to work out yesterday, but they didn't give me these details. So I'm wondering. What do you mean? When I read that, what do you mean he went back to work? He stopped working to complain? Is it bothering him that much?
A lot of NFL players go to Miami and work out. Kaepernick used to go to Miami to work out.
Yeah.
So all these guys go there. But where they should be is, Mac Jones right now, he's got all his receivers throwing in Miami.
That would be the case. That would be the case You know, and notice Aiyuk's the only one. Well, there's a couple other guys I understand playing with Trey, but there's only 2 or 3 people together with that workout, which is very strange.
Yeah. Well,
Anyway,
I mean, you
Pop,
got to be strategic about it. So,
and they should. Pop, you know we got to go before we get ran off. Pop, yeah, I'll see you Sunday.
hey, I said production looked beautiful.
I know,
They're
right?
running me off.
We're already over it, and they're just not saying anything until suddenly.
I got you. All right.
All right.
All right. Shout out to production. Please like and subscribe to Ronbo Sports. And every Niners fans, chill out. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. Stop being so mad at Deebo. He's trying to get his money. You can't blame him.
No, you can't get mad at him.
$32 million a year don't mean $32 million a year, guys.
Anyway,
they're going to
especially in
$100 million
California.
Contract. Yeah, they're only going to see about 70% of that, or 65%. So it's all about metrics. They want to have that title of X amount of money per year, but really, whatever happens, Deebo will get $4 million next year and $12 million a year after that. It's all about the guaranteed money, folks. Yeah. Guaranteed. And Yorks are cheap.
All right, Pop. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, man.
There he goes. And Pop's always explains in detail, very, very well, actually. Mr. Blockeye says, no panic as far as Deebo, same as Kittle's and Warner's contracts negotiating. Deebo has to be patient. I think it'll come together by draft time. Thoughts? You know, I bet it doesn't come together by draft time. Although, every now and then the 49ers surprise you when they're going through these kind of struggles, that all of a sudden you get something comes out into fruition suddenly, unexpectedly. Hopefully that'll be the case this time. But right now it seems pretty intense. Oh, God, it's time for Sean, the angriest man in Arizona. hey, Sean, go ahead, man. What's on your mind today?
Deebo is, maybe be an Arizona Cardinal one day. We'll pay him that $28 million. He don't want to work with Trey. He want to work with Kyler Murray. And a D-Hop. So let's get him to Arizona. And then we'll work from there. He'll work with D-Hop. He'll work with Ronbo more. We're gonna have 2 of the fastest wide receivers out there.
So, that's why I'm always amused at you do imagine things a lot. Now, you know, Deebo comes in wanting that much money. Okay, you got D-Hop is getting paid how much?
28, I think. Tyreek is the number 1 person, $30 million. Then it goes Devontae with $28 million. Then it goes D-Hop with 27, and it goes all the way down to DJ Moore with 20.
Thanks for clearing that up. What is also what's his name over in Buffalo? What is he getting paid? Stephon, what's he getting paid?
Stefan's getting paid. I think he signed. It's a 90-25.
You got to do the math on his. It's a 4-year deal.
Million to the $25 million Diggs had remaining. So $21 million he'll have.
And he'll be pretty old when he leaves. But they gave him so much. They gave him so much guaranteed money. He doesn't care what they give him annually. You know, and that's why the 49ers would do that. And you just heard Pop talking about the 49ers. They have this thing about paying
their guys 5 minutes like during mandatory minicamp.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, but the thing is, you got to pay people. You don't have to pay them anything that hurts the cap. They have a problem allocating huge amounts of funds to players over a short period. If I give you a 4-year whatever amount of contract, and I give you a huge guarantee, okay, that means you should be satisfied no matter what happens next. Look at you. You got 3/4 of the contract.
Next thing you know, Deebo's gonna ask for like a 10-year, $600 million contract.
only Mahomes gets away with that. And Mahomes, for that reason, Patrick Mahomes is going to be under a lot of pressure. If indeed, now he lost his main dude, Tyreek Hill. No matter what anybody says,
and now
Tyreek Hill was the main reason why. I'm sorry, let me say it again.
And now he's got Juju Smith-Schuster to make TikToks with Jackson Mahomes.
Yeah, but you know, Tyreek does something I want from the 49ers offense well. You get that guy that scares the bejesus out of the front not only on the front line, but if he gets loose and he's out in the
gone.
Yeah, the thing is, even if he's not, the quarterback's not eyeing him, I gotta watch him. He's got to be accounted for the entire time, or he's gonna. What happened to us in the Super Bowl? He's gonna beat you.
Yep.
He's gonna beat you, and you don't have to
He knew
be
right.
super
He knew
thrower
right
either.
away.
Just throw it deep any which way, and he'll be out there. So that's
it's
a weapon.
either a pass interference or because y'all got called. People started throwing up because the every other game, the 49ers would just either pass interference, and everybody knew just throw it up. It might be another pass interference call.
Every other pass, and you see that Indianapolis Colts game, man.
It was
everybody blames Jimmy, right? And anyway, I'm watching what's his name out there, 5 yards from the goal line, pass interference on Josh Norman. I was like, Jesus Christ! I mean, why can't he? If you can't guard him, just get off him. Then I'd rather him score a touchdown than do that. So
put Drinker Patrick on there.
Then you got Drinker Patrick with you guys. I said, but it's Jimmy's fault. But still, I'm telling you right now. Guys, there's something that needs to be done back here as well. Quarterback can't do everything. So
I got a question. I got 2 questions, if that's cool with you.
No, go ahead.
So how do you feel about? Did you hear about the Olympic hurdler that the Eagles signed?
I heard the Eagles signed somebody, but I didn't know anything
Devin
about
Allen,
him.
He hasn't played football in 6 years since Oregon. And he was an Olympic hurdler for like 6 of those years. He ran a 4.34, and they signed him to a 3-year deal. He hasn't played a single football game since 2016, when he was still in college.
You know what? They might have brought him in and to see what he looks like. Otherwise, you're not going to make that deal. They must have took a look at him.
Yeah. And I think they need someone to because what you got, if Devontae Smith and now this guy, so I don't know. But I'm also kind of curious. Let's say Jimmy Garoppolo was like, hey, my two teams, Seattle Seahawks and let's go Houston Texans. Let's go Houston Texans.
Sean, you're a Hawks fan?
I'm not a Hawks fan.
What I heard you said my 2 teams. What do you mean?
No, the 2 teams that I'm thinking that Jimmy would be like. I'm thinking Seahawks because same division, could face them twice a year. Who knows? And then the Houston Texans because they got no quarterback because Deshaun Watson went to Cleveland and stole all their money.
They like the ex-Cal Bear. I forget his name, but they like him. So, you know what you see though? If people be shocked at Jimmy with the Hawks, though.
Maybe you guys switch. Maybe you guys put Trent Williams at that quarterback position.
Sean,
you know how Madden has these out of position cards? Maybe you put him at quarterback for like one play, and he just bulldozes everybody.
So we had him at running back last year. We were giving him the ball, so no telling. So we're out of time though. Tell you what, we'll see you Sunday, okay?
Yeah.
Have a good night, Sean. Oh, God. Guy's hilarious. Hey, Deshaun, I see you. Thanks, fam. He says, what's up? Don't about Deebo. He'll be fine. Keep an eye on Ray McLeod. I know, right? Wouldn't it be great if Ray did come in and play a huge role this year? He's going to do well as far as a punt return because that's what he does. I mean, the dude is like the best in the league. So I'm looking forward to that already. So, yeah. Hey, Steven.
Yo, Ronbo, can you go ahead and skip me real quick?
Yeah, no problem. We'll be back. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Actually, I'd like to see Jimmy with the Hawks if we didn't have to be bothered with the Hawks. I want to see what a lot of people don't know because when I saw him playing with the Patriots, I saw a whole different quarterback. I think it would be interesting, but I don't want him over there. I really don't, because what I realize, I don't want everybody else to have to witness. Give that Jimmy G free reign with that ball and not stick with that structured offense we run. It'll be just like it was in 2017 when he first came to us. He'll wheel and deal. Hey, Jamel, my God, Jamel, I've not seen you, man, in a long time. Come on in.
Hey, Ronbo, how you doing?
Jamel, man, like everybody else, I'm wondering when this drama with Deebo was I really think it's just sign him and stop with this.
Huh?
Jamel, did you hear me?
Yeah.
Jamel, where are you? You sound like you're outside.
Yeah, I'm in my room.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there's a lot of noise going on around you. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just a little sleepy, but yeah, I'm fine.
Well, it is late at night.
Yeah.
Well, Jamel,
Right.
what is your feeling? I mean, Deebo is like making a lot of movement. Well, somebody is making you believe that if he doesn't get his money soon, there's going to be a problem. Are you concerned?
No, I'm not concerned at all. I know that first they got to take care of business with Jimmy. And I think once they get Jimmy out the way, then I believe that then they'll get to Deebo. I'm not worried about it.
Well, you know, he's asking for. Remember the last time somebody asked for too much, DeForest Buckner. The 49ers, the minute you think that everything's okay, I thought Buckner was going to eventually sign, and that didn't happen. If somebody offers Deebo, they can't get to him this year no matter what, because if nothing else, the 49ers can just sit pat because he still owes us another year. And Deebo just sits out the season because he doesn't want to get hurt. But we don't want that either. So we got
Right. Well, all we as fans do, all we got to do is just sit back and speculate, and just like what we're doing,
what we do,
you know, yeah, this is what we as fans do: speculate and guess and see what happens. So, I believe that we'll get it done. He's too important. He's just too important to his team. So,
and
I believe they will get it done. Yeah.
But you know, at some point, though, you can't just give in to every star you got on the team to these huge numbers, right? But we lost Buckner because they waited too long, and the Indianapolis Colts were there because he was ready to go. It's either pay me or I got to go. And Deebo's not in a pay me or I got to go situation. The 49ers are going to toy with him for a while longer, is my prediction, especially if he's asking for the kind of money that's being rumored. So, you know, it's going to be pretty touch and go between now and mandatory camp time.
Right. I still believe that they will get something done for him. So I'm not worried about Deebo. They know how important he is. We know how important this man is, especially the year that he had last year and the year before. So hey, they know.
Yeah, and every team in the league knows. So that's why people are chomping at the bit. Hopefully the 49ers have more trouble with Deebo and they can swoop him up. I still know, you know, who the Jets maybe, but the Jets gonna keep fooling around until they run out of cap in a minute. The Dolphins. The Dolphins are probably the first ones to run out of cap. They're the Jets. Because the Dolphins would have paid Tyreek $30-some million. No, Dolphins, what did you do? Wait. Sean just cleared that up. I thought he's getting 30. I could be wrong because I'm not really paying attention to their salaries that closely. So, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, Phil, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get you sleep. I'll look for you Sunday.
And I will see you Sunday, my friend.
All right, Jamel. Have a good night, fam.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, you know, I can tell you, man, boy, Deebo, he can't leave this year anyway. And he ain't going to sit down. That way your stock falls even further. He ain't that serious about this, not to that point. He still wants to play. I could see it in his eyes. Hey, Tony!
Hey, Ronbo!
Tony! So we're sitting there, you know.
This is ridiculous.
I know. Well, you know it go on for a little while. And, Tony, look for this to go on all the way up until maybe past draft night. And into, well, the guy on the 19th, it's going to be the first statement, right? Okay, the 49ers are reporting into camp for conditioning. This is voluntary workouts of the guys. And here comes the media. And Deebo is coincidentally not in camp, and he hasn't missed one since he's been with the 49ers. So that sends a message right there. And I said, hey, media guy. Hey, you know what? SF, shut the bleep up means?
Ronbo.
Oh.
Ronbo.
Yo.
First of all, if I was Lynch or Shanahan, right, and I would, if you're a bad mother, you know what I'm saying,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Are you going to act like a bitch? Are you seriously going to act like a bitch at brunch with a bunch of Sheilas and go, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to follow that bitch anymore. I'm going to take all my social media down. That's acting like a bitch.
It seems uncharacteristic. I was shocked. I still can't believe it.
You know what I mean? That's first of all, if you're a man, act like a man, for Christ's sake.
Tony, I have my theories on that. I don't think he did it. I think Deebo's got people moving in, trying to work. Deebo, let us handle this. Handle what? Listen, just trust
Well, then
us.
if I was Deebo, I'd walk up to him and slap the shit out of him.
I thought about that, too.
You're making me look bad here, brother. Right?
It does look
and
bad.
second of all, people starting to overlook a lot of things. Excuse me. What was he at Carolina? What was he?
He was a wide receiver, right?
He was a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
So who made him what he is today at the 49ers?
Yeah,
Obviously Kyle.
Yeah.
Right? He's seen something in the kid.
And
he thought, maybe I could utilize this guy a number of different ways.
You knew just how to use him, exactly. So if he goes somewhere else,
So-
go ahead. I know where you're going. Go ahead.
So don't people take into account that who's drawing up the plays for this guy? You know what I mean? Like Deebo writing them himself?
No, that's all Kyle football.
You know what I'm saying? So there's more to his position and what he's achieved and all this crap than meets the eye. And it has to be recognised. Everything has to be recognised. And Deebo's not going to win the Super Bowl by himself. Right? You've got generational players and you've got generational coaches like, what's his name over there at the Patriots? They're the people that win
Belichick.
Super Bowls.
Yeah.
All right? The Belichicks of the world. And, I mean, this guy needs to either want to be a team player, right? Because you win as a team. You don't win as an individual.
Yep.
Or he wants to whinge and whine like a little bitch.
And currently,
I mean, if it was me, I'd say, buddy, sit down here. You do realise that your coach is the one that's contributed to making you into a superstar. You know that, don't you? Yes, coach, I do. Well, what are you acting like a fool for? Do you know what we need to do to get your contract organised? Are you behind the scenes here in the front office? No. Well, what's the problem? We have to go through the whole roster. We've still got Jimmy here, blah, blah. There's a lot of calculations to be made. Take it easy, brother. Take a chill pill. Take it easy. If you want to act like a girl, put a skirt on next training camp. I want you to come out with a skirt. A pink one, too.
To add to it.
All right? And show all the boys what you really are. Come on, man. A bit of maturity here. That's all we need. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if you're a man, you knock on the door. You knock on the door of your coach or your GM, and you say, "Look, I'm a little bit concerned, coach. Have you forgotten about me?" Or no, brother, everything's going well. You know, but just take it easy. We've got a few problems to sort through. Blah blah. I haven't forgotten about it. That's what you do. You go and knock on the door like a man,
and they'll have more respect for you like that. Remember Mostert did
right.
that before last? Mostert went public with his problem, and the 49ers actually called him and called him on it too. You know, it was unnecessary. for you to start tooting the horn all over town like that. You know, you could our doors open. You could have came right in. How embarrassing! If I'd been told that after I went and put on that display, I would have been embarrassed.
Exactly. I mean, the team has to set a precedent here and say, you know, we're not this team where you just walk all over us. We're a foundational club. We're a superstar club. We want to win Super Bowls. We don't want divas in our underneath our roof. You either grow a set of balls, talk to the people that you need to talk to, so you know where you stand, or get the bloody hell out of here, mate.
You know what's so funny though, Tony?
And don't get me wrong. I love me some Deebo. I love the kid. I love the way he plays. You know what I mean?
Nothing but fun to watch. But, you know, it's always almost always receivers, quarterbacks and receivers, they're always the ones that feel like they're being disrespected. Always. You rarely see any other position.
So what has to be said to this guy is, mate, I can replace you, right? Quite
They
easily.
don't believe it,
all
though.
I have to do is find another person with the same fundamentals as you and draw up the same plays as I have for you. For you, right? We've got another Deebo. Right? I can make him like chocolates in a chocolate factory if I want to.
Well, see,
right? But have you ever seen a great player?
Yeah.
A great player on a shit team. They tend to get forgotten about real quick.
Well, Frank Gore.
There you go.
You know, I feel bad for Frank because they're not taking him in. I bet he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, and they're going to toy with him until he behaves like Terrell Owens. And Frank Gore's not that kind of guy. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to him.
I mean, could you imagine Joe Montana or Jerry Rice behaving like that?
Oh, never happened.
Are you serious?
Certain personalities are just not
Come
going to do
on.
that.
What are we breeding these days, Ronbo, with this social media crap?
Oh, I'll tell you, now it's all about individual brand. You know, Tony, you watch, it's really gotten out of control. So you sort of bring his whole worth down by not acknowledging how he feels about himself. So now you got a problem because he's going to act it out and say, listen, you don't want to pay me? Okay, I'm taking you guys off my social media, and you know how that works, don't you? I'm Deebo Samuel, and if they don't like you, if I don't like you, they don't like you. They really think like that sometimes.
But
I
what
hope
some
he
of
doesn't.
these kids need, what some of these kids need is someone like Jerry Rice. Well, you Deebo Samuel, that's right. You damn right, you Deebo Samuel. You Deebo bitch Samuel. That's what you are.
Jerry's old school. Jerry's gonna have that opinion, you know. So anyway,
you know what I'm saying?
I do. But anyway, we're gonna go. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll see you in Sunday.
Oh, just before I go, I left you on your email an interview with Emmanuel Sanders and Trey Lance's old coach.
Dakota from North Dakota. Yeah. That's going to be good. It's because Emmanuel Sanders has been talking a lot recently. But again, most players love Jimmy and they don't understand the venom. That's why I say, you know, when fans start going nuts against Jimmy, say, you know what? I played game before, man. I agree with the players, man. The Jimmy gets a lot of venom that is unwarranted. It's unbelievable. So, you know, Sanders comes out. Frank Gore said something about Jimmy today, actually. Yesterday they printed up. I mean, that's the way players think. You know, you can't saddle one player for losing a ball game. That's not the way the game works. So, you know.
And the one with Trey Lance's coach, they were like the 49ers, a run first team, pass second. So that was an interesting one.
Well, yeah, because, Tony, I've noticed that for years. And then if the run first game isn't working, I blame the quarterback. Kyle's afraid to let him throw the ball. I said, what the do you understand anything about this game? You know what run first offense means? Why would – okay. You can't argue that.
It opens you up for a million other options on the field.
And also, it also means the quarterback's not going to be Tom Brady in the game. He's not going to be Dak Prescott in the game. He's not going to be Aaron Rodgers throwing the game. He's not going to be throwing the ball 80% of the time. They're going to run. That's what they worked on. And then when the time presents itself, you throw at the strategic right time. It's not about just gun.
Which gives you the option of the element of surprise.
And so many other things as well. But every team can't run the ball.
Exactly.
So, that's what they do.
No, they can't.
Well, so.
But anyway.
Hey, Tony. See, I see you said you've got some time, and I know you will, Tony. We're looking for you.
Oh, shout out to everyone. See you in the next chapter, bro.
Thanks, Tony. Appreciate it. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
And let's go back to Steven.
What's up, Ronbo?
Yeah, Steven.
Sorry about that, Ronbo. Your boy is in the drive-thru.
You know what? It's funny because you and Big Show does that all the time. I always catch him in the middle of making an order at a drive. Actually, Ellis gets caught in that every now and then, and you hear the conversation going on between him and the person at the window. That's fun stuff.
I'll take I'll take a fish sandwich. No, I get it.
And did you cook the onions? I that's why I said I need the onions cooked. Please no raw onions. Hello. Hey.
Hey, Ronbo. So I was assuming, okay, you know how we were talking about how there's no way in hell Deebo would pull some Kyler Murray type shit?
God.
I didn't think he would actually do it. It's kind of shocking. I mean, it seems very out of character for him, I'll be real.
It does, right? I didn't think I was surprised, too.
Well, did you happen to see Cordell Patterson?
What's he doing?
His Twitter profile picture
What happened?
was of Deebo Samuel hushing the crowd in a Falcons jersey, a number 19 Falcons jersey.
Oh.
Cordell Patterson had it as a profile picture, and then he switched it up after he got caught.
What's wrong with Cordell? My God. See, that's how they make these situations. Go ahead.
Cordell wants Deebo. Now, here's the thing. If it is true that Deebo is trying to pull some Kyler Murray type BS, then by all means, take your Diva a little happy ass somewhere else. Granted, he did take us to the NFC Championship, but only because he fit the scheme of the play with an injured Jimmy Garoppolo. Now, he's also very injury prone because, yes, like the last caller said, him and George Kittle love running through a brick wall. Very smash mouth, football, which is nice.
Yeah.
It's great entertainment.
But the wall's going to win sooner or later.
Oh, absolutely. It's bad for your kneecaps as soon as you hit 30. So it's, everyone says, no matter if you're physically fit or not, the moment you hit 30, your whole body switches up on you. So I could care less about whether or not he can run up through a brick wall or not. It's eventually going to catch up to him, and he's going to be another Julio Jones, where he just can't stay healthy. And, we got to look at it longevity-wise. And then you also got to think about it. How many snaps has he been practicing with his new QB, Trey Lance?
I know, right?
Very little.
Well, you know what? Honestly, I don't think, between you and I, Stephen, and I could be wrong, I'm not sure that Deebo, George, and maybe a few others, I don't know if they're crazy about Trey or not. They never really say anything about him other than, well, he's going to be, he could be. I don't know if they really.
Here's the thing. Here's why I feel like they're not very crazy on him. It's because the social media in general, or just media in general, is so heavily fixated on Jimmy or Trey.
I know they want to get involved.
Team Trey.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're like, you know what? I'm tired of hearing it. Let's focus on the QB that we have right now, and then worry about the new kid on the block later. That's the kind of mentality I have the feeling.
But the thing is, as a professional, just do your job, okay? If it's Trey, if it's Nick Sudfeld, I want you out there busting ass. We pay you 6 digits and beyond, okay? That doesn't mean you need to question what's going on. You just need to do what you do and do the best you can. Because, you get people out here, and that thing we got going in the locker room right now is kind of frightening. We love this guy, but we love this guy. And you guys, you don't love people, guys. We just need you to do your job, please.
Yeah. Like, save the love and affection for the birds. Put up numbers, produce results.
Yeah, no matter what I feel. Yeah, because I know as a player, as after playing ball, I remember, especially, and Steve, did you play ball in high school or college?
No, I didn't play football. I actually got kicked off the football team in
smoking?
early high school because I was too aggressive.
Okay. You were one of those guys, regardless of who's on the team. Anyway, you always had your favorite.
I was that guy.
Was the thing you always had your favorite as like you went all the schools was Pop Warner, right? By the time you get to high school, now you like this guy, but this guy, your guy's not starting. But the coach expects you to play the game, right? So even if I play with this quarterback or this guy, I still got to go out there and show why I'm here, you know. And that's why, no matter what you feel, you're here to play, you know.
Well, here's another thing too, Ronbo, is a lot of players do go to Miami to practice.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if you're going to get snaps, you're gonna do well, and you're gonna be great with your new QB. Wouldn't you want to study under your new QB?
Yep.
Wouldn't you want to know how they think, practice their timing, practice their route, practice everything with them? If I'm Deebo, shit, and I know Trey Lance is going to start next season, I don't care if they're paying me or not. If I'm planning on staying with the 49ers, I'm gonna be with Trace. I'm gonna be at Trace hip. Throw it to me. I want that first position.
And guess who's getting all the snaps right now? And most likely becoming the favorite of Trey Lance. You know. So Deebo's going to be interested to see how this works out.
It is interesting, but here's the thing. If the 49ers trade Deebo, I got to disagree with you on this one. Do I see first two first rounders? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. To the right team, it's 2 first rounders. And here's the thing,
Devontae, he fetched 2 first rounders, right? Or was it Tyreek?
Absolutely, he did. No, it was Devontae Adams and fat-ass contract.
Steven, I just didn't expect it. You know, I wish, but I think, oh man, people say, Niners, you want to get rid of him that bad, don't you? Yeah. Well, I'll give you 1 first rounder. Oh, come on. You want to get rid of him, right? I'm helping you out. Yeah, but you give me 1 first rounder. You're lowballing me. I can see that argument. That argument could go on for like an hour, especially if it's on the phone. Hey, Steven,
I like it. You can't. Oh, go ahead.
That's because we're out of time. But
man.
Hey, Steve, we'll still be talking about that. We're still gonna be talking about this Sunday anyway. Debo's not getting signed between now and Sunday.
Not that we think of. Faster and stranger things have happened in a couple of hours. So.
True. I'd love it, but I can't imagine it. But anyway, we'll see you Sunday, huh?
I'll see you Sunday, Ronbo.
All right, Steven. Have a great night. Enjoy that meal.
I will.
And no, Ellis, I got no audio though. Ellis, go through that procedure again. We got it now? Well, now I'm getting a thumbs up on it now. Hey, Ellis, come on in, man.
What's up, family?
Check out his background. Can you give me more 49er than Ellis?
Yeah.
Ellis, you got the squad with you too? There it is. Ellis, you know what you should do? Hey, what's up? That handsome buck. Hey, Ellis, what you ought to do is you ought to give us a panoramic view. You got the narrow view, so we can only see you a little bit.
Oh, okay. How do I do that?
You got is that an iPhone?
No, it's an Android.
I was gonna say because all you got to do is spin it sideways, and it would do it automatically. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Let me see. How's that, fam? Ronbo. What happened? I had a disconnection. We got it Johnny in the house. Ronbo, you there?
I'm sorry. Production says put it back like it was, for reasons unknown to me. Okay. Okay. All right. Anyway, you guys can just zoom it back to the side and to the left and right. All right. Ellis, you know the subject matter tonight. We are all over the pain and suffering that we go through each and every year. And Ellis, my question is, why do we put ourselves through that? Because, we go through this every time. We sign players usually a few minutes before mandatory camp, right? And I got a feeling that's going to be the same thing with Deebo this year, unfortunately.
Man, I've been thinking about this Deebo thing, Ronbo. And, 30+ million is a lot of money. And in my opinion, it just seems like he hasn't earned that. Just flat out. If
Right.
everybody's gauging the one season that we had with him when he was playing, he was our quarterback of our offense, pretty much. And Jimmy Garoppolo's and his kind of like the flow that they had, and what he's able to do after the catch and all that. He's a hell of a player. I just feel like that's way too much money for him to be able to, be getting.
Hey, Ellis, with that said, what do you say to the agent? There's probably making the argument that Deebo was pretty much 50% of the offensive attack. I don't know if he'd go that high as far as the percentage goes, but because you got to give some credit to the running back, you got to give some credit to Trent Williams, But what do you tell Deebo to make his agent calm down, and we need to pay you this amount because it makes more sense?
His agent is full of I'm just, I'm gonna be
he's trying to do his job. He's going to try to milk the 49ers every dime he can get. He don't care about nothing beyond that.
Well, and that's the problem is you can't have 6 or 7 players that are the highest paid in the league at their position. I mean, it sounds good, and I think where we may have went wrong, if I'm just looking at it, is making Trent Williams the highest paid left tackle, making
Fred Warner,
even though Youth Check isn't
for a
getting
few minutes.
crazy money, but he's still getting paid.
I forgot all about Juice. I know, right?
He's the highest paid in his position. Who else we got? Eric Armstead. We got all these guys that are the highest paid at their position. So now Deebo's kind of taking on that same kind of outlook, and because of his value and how great he is and how much he's done for us, he's saying, I'm not taking anything less than that. I think he's doing it prematurely.
Do you blame him, though? Because like what you just said about some of the other players on the team being the highest paid at their position in the league?
Yeah.
See,
I feel like that's kind of where it's coming from, and he's like, well, hell, we got all these guys on here that are highest paid at their position in the league or top 2 or 3. Well, I need to be there. Yeah. But, it's kind of it's dicey because he's got really one strong season that he's actually done this really well. His rookie season, he played really well too, don't get me wrong. But we had more of a variety and a balance offensively his rookie season. And he was still a viable piece in that offense. But again, it wasn't just solely Deebo like it was this past season. So for him doing that only one season, I feel like he's jumping the gun. And whether somebody's willing to pay him 30-something plus million or not, I don't think that we should do that.
Every contract year, some of the best play I've ever seen has been guys playing in the contract year. People showed out. And even Fred Warner went down a little bit last
trying
year.
To get the bag, so you want to go crazy for one good season. And I remember Kendrick Bourne talking about before the season started. He was saying, "Oh, my boy's about to get the bag this year," and this, that, and the other. And Kendrick's a little bit bitter because he wanted the bag from us, and we were kind of playing him to the left a little bit, and maybe not giving KB a solid contract, and not even and underutilizing him, not really using him as much as we should have. And it kind of, because they're really close, they're like this. KB's telling Deebo, don't take anything less than X amount, or don't let them play you like that, because that's how they did me. I feel like KB's probably getting in his ear, and Deebo's got some influences from the outside that are kind of,
Ellis,
having this effect on him.
Are you saying that, or is KB really? Did you hear anything about KB communicating with Deebo?
They are two peas in a pot.
I know.
Okay. They've been kicking it big all the last couple of seasons. You know that they communicate regularly throughout the year. If that was my homie and we was close like that, I would be telling him.
You'd be in his ear. Yeah.
I mean, or maybe if nothing else, I would be in his ear and I would say, man, look, I already had experiences with him. Now, KB's nowhere near Deebo Samuel, But again, even still, Kendrick knows his value, and they were underplaying him and giving him these tender contracts and not really, wanting to really spend on him. And so it's kind of the same sign. So Kendrick is probably figuring, hey man, don't even settle for that. They're cheap there, this and the other. And this is they notice around the NFL, they're talking about us being frugal and this, that, and the other. So it's no secret. And we got guys that have these personal experiences within the organization that are still have relationships with guys that are on the team currently. It's kind of common sense, to be honest.
And
that's just my assumption, but I mean it's a logical assumption.
No, it's gonna go on and on. That's why I've been telling everybody just before we say goodbye. It'll be going on Sunday because it is gonna go. We're out of time too, but gonna be going on all the way till camp. I already know it.
Man, look, if we get 2 first-round picks, a third, and a fifth, then say goodbye.
Can you imagine on draft night? Let me see a Sunday you in the squad.
Because it's the attachment that we've had as a fan base, and it's just coming from what we all did and how well he did. But what can we do? He wants us to get paid quarterback money, and he's only played really one, outstanding season.
Yeah.
He's kind of overzealous with it. Devontae Adams and all those other guys, they're on their second and third contracts now, Deebo. You need to wait till the next round. You're going to get over 100 million, but don't do the 32 million. I need 37 million. Or remember when we were talking 18 to 20? Now we're in almost at 30 million.
No, we are at 30. But fam, we really gotta go, Ellis. Let me. Amaya, Zamari, oh, Joshua, Johnny. Is everybody in there?
Josh is here. Got Ijani here. She was
Hey, Johnny. We bored her to death. Oh, my God. Hi, Johnny.
Amaya's over here asleep. Zamari's watching her show in the front. But yeah, peace and love, brother Ronbo.
I love it. It was adorable kids, fam. All right.
Bye, Ronbo.
Bye. All right, Joshua. I tell you what, it'll get better by Sunday.
Niner for life, man. Love y'all, man. Hit the like and subscribe. Y'all know what it is. And Rudy.
No. Hey, Ellis, if anything, if you get in the chat, do something with Ready to Go. The man is all the way out of control today.
Oh, God.
God.
Ready to blow over.
I'll see you Sunday.
Hopefully Mike comes in and gives him a piece. I'll jump in there in a minute. I haven't been in and checked to see stuff. I'll go in there and get a little greasy.
I don't know what the Rams. All right, fam. Looking forward to seeing you Sunday. Night, y'all. Night.
Y'all know what it is.
Yeah, fam, I tell you. Night, Ellis. Amari.
Night.
Zamari, Joshua, and Johnny. Peace out, y'all. All right. T-Flow. Boy, ready to go. Boy, look, this is what rhetoric we got to hear between now and next year. I can't wait till the season can start. If for no other reason, to make Ready to Go shut the hell up. T-Flow.
Yeah, what up, Rob? How's it going?
T-Flow, man, hi, Ollie. See, T-Flow, the panic ain't hit yet, but you just, because it's new and it just got started and, you're watching a little news because the media's probably making things worse. But the fact is, are you worried about the 49ers signing Deebo? Because I said to myself, you know what? Deebo's signing. It's just we got to go through this. We go through this every year. This ain't going no different. So,
Well, to tell you the truth, I am kind of worried about Niners signing Deebo because we might give him a big contract where he might injure his career.
You may pay him, worried about getting paid too much money? Yeah, I hadn't thought about that.
No. It's about him getting paid too much money and where basically he gets hurt because there's no proven track record that a receiver can play running back and wide receiver, right? Check it out. Tyreek Hill, remember, Deebo only played 3 years, and he's asking for guys like DeAndre Hopkins, who played 9 years, then got a big payday. Talking about Tyreek Hill, played 6
missed
years.
all of last year almost. Yeah.
Yeah, but at least it took him 9 years of productivity where he hasn't been hurt to get a big contract. It took Tyreek Hill 6 years for him to have a big contract. Devontae Adams 8 years to have a one of the biggest contracts. And we're talking after 3 years, we're going to give him more than these guys who produce playing 6, 8, 9 years.
Yeah.
That just, dude, that's absurd. I would literally tell the agent, be like, at what point do you see him going up where he only had one good year, where he wants to go past DeAndre Hopkins, he wants to pass Tyreek Hill, he wants to pass Devontae Adams. And what?
It seems unreasonable, right?
Tell me how.
I don't know why he thinks he should do that. I don't understand. Especially if the 49ers loaded up with a contract that he can go for and earn. You know, my incentives are going to take me beyond what those guys getting paid. I don't need a flat rate.
Yeah, you don't need a flat rate. Exactly, because check it out. Like, I did a little 3 years, all right? Deebo Samuel caught 2,580 yards, 2,588, 2,598 yards total receiving yards.
Okay.
Total touchdowns, 10. Receiving, rushing touchdowns, 11. Total rushing yards, 550. In 3 years, Tyreek Hill caught 3,255 yards, 25 touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns, 477. That's with 3 years. Tyreek didn't ask for a big payday after that.
Well, no.
Then we go Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, his first 3 years, 1,926 yards with 16 touchdowns. He didn't ask for a big payday, or not one of the top paydays, right? DeAndre Hopkins, first 3 years, he got 3,533 yards with 19 touchdowns. Did he ask for a big payday?
Okay.
Just because he did one good thing where he actually played running back, where a lot of wide receivers do kind of do like jet sweeps and all that. That is like a rushing and everything.
But you know, because of his tweet, he says, okay. You know, after Stephon Diggs got paid all that money. See, the problem is Deebo's looking at the guys next door. Okay?
How long has Stephon Diggs been playing?
He doesn't care. He doesn't care. All he knows
is
that's the
what?
new standard for
you know
wide
what they
receivers.
Gotta do? They got to bring somebody who's smart and have some kind of formula, algorithm. Be like, look, if you want this type of money, you should be paid. You should, within this amount of years, been played this many games. Your receiving yards should be at this much.
Yeah, put
your
the goals.
touchdowns should be at
put
this.
all those goals out there. These are the goals you got to reach.
Yeah.
And until then,
yeah, because this is what you got to reach.
Right to ask.
None of this. Yeah, dude. None of this. Oh, I had one great season. Let me be the highest paid wide receiver. I had one great season. Let me be the highest paid tight end. Just because they have one great season, like.
It goes back to what you were saying earlier too. Other great wide receivers coming out of their first contract didn't ask for the entire bank. They just came out and they took hefty raises.
They got paid what they got deserved with the first 3-4 years. That is it. We're basically, look, we're not giving you top dollar, but we're giving you minimum of what in the middle of what the top tiers, because people don't understand. These guys who's been getting paid top tier monies, they've been in the league a while, and not only that, they've been dominating. I'll go for instance, like I'll throw Patrick Willis. Ever since he got in his league, all pro, and dominating. He was literally the best at that division ever since he set foot in the league. Then you know what? Throw a fit like that. DeAndre Hopkins, ever since he got stepped in the league, he was, man, this guy's a beast.
But you know, you know what?
There's exceptions.
It's like,
but Deebo has never been that.
That's true. But you know what? If he's pushing, look, this is the thing. If the 49ers, that's a good point. If the 49ers franchise tag him, he'll get about 25. Just give him 25 and give him an incentive package.
Yeah, no, that's
and say,
it.
Deebo, listen, you know what? We could just franchise tag and be through with this. You'll get $25 million. I'm telling you right now, let's give you 25 over a 4-year period. I'm going to throw in some bonuses and say, you can't tell me that's not enough money. That's close. What are you, 2 or 3 million?
Exactly, because with his stats and numbers are going, we don't even know. Like, let's say if Jimmy leaves, you know, because he fits the perfect scheme for Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. But for an average quarterback who throws, like if you throw him with Aaron Rodgers, you throw him with what should we call it? Trey
Deebo,
Lance. He's gonna have to be a wide receiver.
No, but when he was in Carolina, he was a regular receiver. He's always been physical.
Exactly. What did you say?
But he's still a good wide receiver. Oh
yeah.
So that's how it is.
A regular wide receiver. He wasn't like.
What he is now is a little different story because of Kyle Shanahan football, and that's okay.
Exactly.
And that means he's valuable to the system. But still, you don't need to go too far to the point where you just cripple the team. That's not necessary. So
not only cripple the team is that he hasn't deserved it yet.
Well,
like his rookie year, he wasn't the best out of his class his rookie year.
Well, you don't go by what they've done in the past as much as you go by what they've done lately. So, but then you know what? We're going to find out. I think they're going to end up bending anyway, though. So, but Tiflo,
you know what? Like
we're going to have to
they should add a board contract. Look, the minute you miss games, that should be deduction from your salary cap.
You can't. Tiflo, you can't punish your players. You got to praise them and get their. You got to stroke their ego, and then you tell them what you try to tell them. You got to sell it to them. If you come at me like that, I'm gonna be more resistant. So
how many players in this league, when they get a big payday, they don't really produce it? Like how they were when they were hungry.
From where we sit, that's what we got to say. But from where they're sitting in that office, they cannot. Anyway, D-Flow, I'm gonna tell you what. We got to go. We do, fam. Cut us off.
Look, this is where it goes. This is where it starts. Right. After this paid contract, it goes down. Where's your production?
I got
you. So basically, why am I paying you this much if it goes down?
D-Flow, we're gonna get cut off. I'm gonna see you Sunday, okay? You and Allie have a great night.
All right, Ronbo.
All right, fam.
Yes, sir. All right, Ronbo, have a good one.
You too. Hey, and we quickly move on. Hey, Shabazz. Oh, that's right, Sal, you're right. He has to play the last year of his contract to get franchised. I forgot about that. He ain't in his last year. Shabazz, come on in, man.
Ronbo, how you doing, Ronbo?
Oh, doing fabulous. I can't wait for the season starts. Shabazz, it'd have been nice if we ain't had this happen to us in a long time. This goes all the way back to Harbaugh and era. It actually was always going on anyway. But every year there's some things going on in the offseason. I would love to see us go one offseason smoothly from offseason into the next season. It's never going to happen. You know that? It is never going to happen. It's coming up next year, and we're going through it now. So now Deebo.
Ronbo.
And, I know Shabazz is laid back. Him and Matt Barrows. You ain't worried about it, are you?
No, I'm not worried, but what I don't like is why everybody got an opinion on whether he should get paid or he shouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
The fact that Jimmy Garoppolo played 4 good doggone games and got paid. Yeah. Everybody in non-empire should just sit down and shut their God blessed mouth. Whether he get paid, whether he get traded or not. It ain't your freaking business. Comparing him to Devontae Adams, this person and that person. Okay? Do I want Deebo? Yes. If he get traded, that's part of the business. But to be checking his pocket, I think that's rather foul. When Jimmy Garoppolo is still on the doggone books right now, he ain't been cut or nothing. So everybody got an opinion about Deebo Samuel. To me, should keep it to themselves. Now, I'm just saying, that's just me. How everybody else feel, you can feel how you want to feel. But how Shabazz feel, deciding on whether, he ain't the best wide receiver from his class or this, that, and the third. Yeah. That man carried us all the way to the NFC Championship.
That's true.
And if he wants $20 million or $25 million, that's his business. Now, whether the Niners keep him another year and tag him, whether they trade him,
business, right? Yeah.
We all gonna roll with it. Yeah. I ain't saying nothing. Jimmy's still on the roster. Jimmy didn't have no mind-blowing year statistically. Let's just let it be. This is what bothers me, Ronbo. Everybody want to pick and choose.
Jimmy's a mediocre paid quarterback now, though. So it's not what Deebo's saying is I need to be the highest paid receiver in the league. And
he ain't gonna be the highest paid receiver in the league. And next year, if Lance starts, he won't be the focal of the offense because all them routes where everybody's moaning and complaining, they're gonna be jumping on the Aiyuk bandwagon. Because Aiyuk is our best route runner. Now, Deebo was our best player overall because he's a football player, because he can run those sweeps. He can get first downs on the 3rd and 6 like a running back, relieve Elijah Mitchell. But Aiyuk is our best wide receiver. Now, next year, mark my words, if Trey starts, Aiyuk is going to have a way better receiving year statistically than what Deebo is going to have.
You think so?
And then that's going to factor up Ronbo. I said it first. Remember, I said it first. You're a young man. Go back to that.
It's going to be interesting to see. We're going to have camps, I can see. I don't see Deebo's production falling down much. He's still.
It ain't Ronbo. It's not going to be what it was because if you got a quarterback with how Lance's skill set is, because I'm telling y'all, Lance is going to have a pretty good year, in my opinion, and everybody's going to be shocked the year he's going to have because I think this kid is going to throw about 28 touchdowns his first year and less than 12 interceptions. Wow. Okay, and he's going to spread the ball around, and I see George Kittle getting about 12 or 13 of them touchdowns himself. I'm telling y'all that. So Deebo's not going to have a year like that he had this year because everybody's going to be factored into the offense. So, yeah, and then the Niners will go to him and say, well, you didn't have a great year like you had in 2020, Deebo, so we're only going to offer you about 18, and if you don't want it, then they'll trade him. But everybody needs to just chill out. The 49ers are going to handle it. You know, if I'm sitting here and we all sitting here, you know, we didn't get big names in free agency. Jimmy's still on the roster, just chill. But I just don't think it's fair to the rest of the empire that cheered that young man on when he carried us to be so mean towards him. You know, he unfollowed 49er fan pages. Yeah. I don't know if he unfollows you, Ronbo. You know what I'm saying? But we can't be but we can't be alienating the players. That's their personal business. You don't come up to my job, I don't come up to your job, I don't come up to nobody else's job out there and dictate what they're making. So that's personal to me. I don't like that. I just don't like that. I don't think that's fair. And I'm gonna get back with you Sunday, Ronbo.
And you know what? It's not right to actually talk about what he didn't when he didn't play all the time. So that's true. Right. Because when Deebo did play, we were pretty much probably going to win. When we lost games, it was close. If Deebo's on the field, we do well. But we're going to see, though. This is something that has to be processed into the payment. And the 49ers, if they think that way, and Deebo, a lot of people think Aiyuk's going to be the main character next year. I still think Deebo is going to be the guy. But if he's not, that's going to be interesting to see. And then his money will already be in his pocket, though, or whatever his salary or whatever they give him right now. So we'll see. Shabazz?
Yep. So I'm here, Ronbo. Can you hear me? We'll see. But hey, let's just keep our eyes and ears open, and let's just hope for the best. That's all we can do. Hey, that's just me, in my opinion, and everybody's entitled to their opinion.
It's a good one too. I like it. We do this with everybody on our team every year. Fans all over the league. He's getting paid too much money. He's not getting any production out of him. I said, you know what, you guys. I really wish if you played the game, you'd understand it's not. There's more to it than just that. Some people just don't know. So that's going to continue to be a scream and a cry. He ain't worth this. He ain't worth that. It's what it is.
And I do say this: if they don't have no players on paying them, shit, trade them. Yeah. It ain't gonna hurt me. But somebody that watched Jerry Rice and Joe Montana playing another uniform, hey, anybody can get it, Ronbo.
Oh,
everybody can get it.
That's just a nasty subject.
Ronbo. That's a nasty subject. But anybody that's like your age, my age, anybody that ain't no 2000 millennial, we had to watch Jerry Rice and Joe Montana suit up in different uniforms. So since I've already survived that, hey, I can watch anybody go play in another uniform. I'm already over that. That's a part of the business.
We're anyway now. There's a few players here and there. We lost a few.
Right.
I mean, Vernon Davis.
So, yeah.
When Vernon Davis left to put on another shirt, I was like, "Damn, that doesn't look right." God.
No, it don't. We had to see Buckner put on another shirt. We had to watch Roger Craig put on another shirt. I'm talking about cats that's Niner fans our age. We had to watch Ronnie Lott put on another shirt. Come on. Come on, Ronbo.
I know. But no matter how many times we go through that, it doesn't make me feel any better, and it still bothers me, So we'll see what happens.
And I'm going to tell you, here's somebody that gave an opinion and which I respect, you know what I'm saying, his opinion about everything. He's a GOAT. He's Frank the Tank, who I love dearly and much, and he's a Hall of Famer.
Frank.
And, him going to play for other teams added on to his Hall of Fame resume.
Yeah, Frank.
And
you mentioned talking about Frank. That bothered me too when he left.
Yeah.
Especially for the reasons he left. And Trent Balky standing back lying. God.
Right, and he went on to finish up, his Hall of Fame career. So, hey, he's a class act. He's headed to Canton. But we know like one thing all of us do agree upon is the NFL don't like us. It took forever for Brian Young to get in the Hall of Fame. Patrick Willis still isn't in the Hall of Fame, and I promise all of y'all, Ronbo, when Luke Kuechly comes up, they will put him in.
Immediately.
And if any of y'all listening to me, challenge me. Luke Kuechly numbers are exact to Patrick Willis, to the tackle, to the interception, to the defensive rookie of the year. It is the exact same. But because Patrick Willis is the 49er, they screw us over. I'm telling you. And that's why they did T.O. It had nothing to do with anything else about Philadelphia.
I know. You
It's
know
the
what?
simple fact that man would have red and gold.
That's why I was supporting T.O. as with the antics. All the course of the time that he was clowning the Hall of Fame voter. I loved it so much. I said, T.O., you know what? You are so bad. I love it. Keep it up.
The fact that Ronbo I'm going to bring up, too, and I know we didn't digress from the original situation.
Real quick, it's
but
out of time.
the NFL don't like us. John
No, I
Taylor
know.
ain't in the Hall of Fame. Ricky Waters ain't in the Hall of Fame. And Roger Craig ain't in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, the Roger
And how?
Craig is just unbelievable. Hey, Shabbat, let me see you Sunday if you got time. I have no idea. Everybody wonders about that.
I'll check back in, Ronbo. Thank you for all you do.
Thanks,
Shout
man.
out to you. Shout out to my people from the Memphis Empire. Shout out to my boy Lee. That's the SoCal. And bang, bang, nine
And
up.
gang.
That's it.
All right, Shabbat. Looking forward to hearing from you
You
Sunday.
too,
Have a
Mike.
great night.
Hey, man, on Shabbat, not a gang, man.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you, too. Peace.
Shabbat is communicating. Hey, let's go to Tony.
Ronbo, how you doing this evening?
Tony, been hanging in there, man. I'm loving it. I got a kick out of you letting everybody know. Look, y'all ain't got to worry about Deebo coming to Atlanta. Ain't nobody got that kind of money to be paying nobody like that. It's funny, too, because, Deebo, there are only a certain few places that does he really want to go play for the Jets? He might, I could actually see him with Mike McDaniel, or even Green Bay could actually work something out because the floor is over there. He needs to go where 49er people are so they can actually use Deebo like he's supposed to be used. If Deebo goes into the wrong situation, it could look a lot different.
The Jets can definitely afford him, and they got the draft capital. Plenty of draft capital. Oh, we don't. We got Jets, some draft capital, but we're trying to build our defense.
It seems like I already heard about the Jets meddling, on the sly. A reporter said if the 49ers do fall down in a deal with Deebo Samuel, if they drop the ball, the Jets are standing right at that doorway waiting to go for it. It's, get out of here, New York!
Saleh.
No!
Robert Saleh trying to bring some of his guys.
Him and Mike McDaniel. Mike McDaniel got every 49 he could find as fast as he could. I mean, when we got Mostert overnight, I couldn't stop laughing. Mike, what you ate right, huh? Look at you. We could offer him
the
something
Jets,
less.
Evan Coleman. So I thought he was going to be gone, but
it's Evan, right?
Shit, and the Jets got Tomlinson already.
I know, and Lakin, So,
what's up, Ellis?
So, we 49ers is long.
Appreciate the love, too, man. I'm going to let y'all get back to it.
All right,
Same you and your babies are precious, man. Those are some precious little
ain't they
babies.
awesome?
Thank you, champion. I appreciate that, man. Much respect. I'll let you get to your call, man. I don't want to interfere. Okay.
All right, Ellis.
Take care.
Yeah.
Ronbo, the champion was so nice this evening, and then ready to go. Just came in with the last hour.
Talking major poo-poo. He just volunteered making statements. The 49ers, you guys know that you know about who the best team in the NFL is. I asked you nothing about that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
That's all right. He won't be saying that by the third week of September.
Yeah, that's all it takes. Get a few beat downs. Anytime you win, you get a target put on your neck.
You get those collegiate players I sent you?
Yeah, I was looking at those, and a lot of those defensive ends. It's really funny. As I was reading through those, I was thinking to myself, the size, your edges are going to get smaller. Quickness is more valuable than just big. Because, I look at Nick. Nick is actually the ideal size where he can get underneath blocks, and he's got the power and strength. That's what you want. sort of 6'3", 6'4", at the most. Because Aldon Smith was like, we really loved him, and Aldon Smith was just amazing because his athleticism with all that size. But I don't need a 270-pound edge rusher. I need a guy who can get around that corner before the offensive lineman can turn his neck and his body at the same time. I love that. Gone! The quarterback's laying in the dirt. Yeah, that's what I want.
That kid, Boye Mafe, that I sent you out of Minnesota, Ronbo, he was killing them at the Senior Bowl practices.
See.
He was making the offensive tackles look stupid.
See. And the bad thing about it is offensive tackles, Tony, as you know and I know and everybody else knows in a civilized world, you need to have a big man to protect the quarterback. If this is going to be a passing league, like so many people have decided it is, you need to protect the quarterback, and the run game is probably secondary. If you can find a Quentin, what's his name over in Indianapolis? I didn't know. Quentin Nelson, right?
No, yep.
Yeah, I didn't know. I remember during the draft, everybody's arguing, man, Quentin Nelson ain't no Kyle Shanahan type of offensive lineman, man. The dude looks like a house. I said, but can't he move? He did. I said, did he do a demo tape to show that he could get out in space and do some blocking? Sure enough, now he's running for the best running back in the NFL. That's Nelson making him holes.
And he's probably the best guard in the National Football League.
No, well, that's not even a question. I mean, that's what he does. But who knew that big, huge body can get out there and take people out for the running back? See?
Yep.
That's what I said.
But,
I don't care. I'll take him.
Chad Garrison. I don't know. I was just doing some studying. I think the first 3 picks are going to be all defensive ends, unless there's a trade in the first 3 with Detroit, Houston, and Jacksonville. I think they're going to take Hutchinson, Thibodeau, and Kayvon Walker out of Georgia. I think the defensive end is going to fall in the first 3 picks for some reason.
That makes sense, Tony. See, you just like Tony, the other Tony out of Australia's pointing out, everybody's talking about getting this guy and this guy on the offense. I'm going to get something. I want to flip the script here. I want to go out and get some people who can stop all that. And I said, you know what? I'm tripping too. Tony's right, and you're right. If I can kill the quarterback, what is he going to do? He's going to lose.
Are you guys going to try to make a deal to try to get back up to get Christian Watson? Because I don't think we're going to be able to get him because we got too many needs. I want him so bad.
Yeah, them sexy picks. That's why a lot of those guys are going to fall in the second round, and probably like every year.
But it's a lot of good receivers on the draft, though. A lot of them. It's going to be some good receivers in the second and third round.
Right.
I know we're going to draft the receiver, but I just don't know when.
Remember what was that year that there was all those receivers? Well, Deebo's year, 2019. Remember all those receivers? You got DK Metcalf going in the second round, and not early in the second round. Really? Oh, man. N'Keal Harry, bottom of the first round. And he is looking like, So wide receivers.
Yeah, but look at all. Yep. Look at all these receivers coming out of Calvin Austin out of Memphis. Kevin Austin out of Notre Dame. Traylon Burks out of Arkansas. He going first round. Jahan Dotson out of Penn State. He going first round. Skylar Moore, Western Michigan. Chris Olave, Ohio State, first round.
And these guys, some of these guys.
Yep, on and on and on.
And they're running them 4.3s. Man, God.
Christian Watson ran that 4.28 at 6'5", 215.
Oh, God.
He reminds me of Randy Moss.
And even if he got pads, watch him go to Green Bay just to make everybody mad. Somebody said because of the lack of the competition that he's faced at North Dakota, he may not be what people are picturing. But I you know what? With that size and athleticism,
he's a football player, Ronbo. If they watch the tape, even with the competition, when they're on him, he knows how to make the catches. He can run every route in the route tree. The guy's got size, hands, and the separation speed is just. It reminds me of Randy Moss. The way he separates.
And Randy Moss would be totally pissed off if you see, because Randy Moss comes out Randy's due now. It's been a couple of years. Randy's going to come out next year and say, I still believe that I was the greatest wide receiver of all time. Now, Jerry Rice did a good job, but Randy stop. Don't start.
No.
You're the only one that does that, Randy.
This one guy asked me, because I was talking about how I like the Chad Johnson. I said, Chad Johnson's one of the 14, 15 best receivers of all time. And then this one guy, he sent me a message. He said, who are your other 14? I said, Jerry Rice, Julio Jones. You know who I said number 3, Ronbo?
Who?
I said James Lofton. I'm an old school.
There's another
James
guy
Lofton
that doesn't get enough love, right?
He was a beast, whether he was in Buffalo or Green Bay. James Lofton, oh my goodness.
Out of
He could
Stanford
run every
University.
route 3.
And we don't get see. That's the thing. We don't that conference, man. Nobody cares about that conference anymore. Rarely do you catch. It's all about the SEC. It seems now. But Tony, I tell you what. I've been looking for you Sunday, and let's talk some more.
Yes, sir. Right now we're less than 3 weeks to the draft.
I know, right? It's getting crazy.
Yep. I'll be sending you some more some receivers, more offensive linemen.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Tony. All right.
Shout out to you for production, sir. You have a good night.
You too. Night, Tony.
All right, thank you.
And we look at G.I. Jones, G.I. J. Trade Jimmy and Deebo for 2 firsts or a 1 and a 2. Get Lance's guy and Watson. Draft an old line and give Trey a real shot at success. Judge, you know, is there an offensive lineman? I saw one that might help us out. We need. Kyle's got a special kind of offensive. Jack Jones, thanks for that contribution. Kyle's got them kind of offensive linemen that, you know, Kyle will let one function go for the other. Now, Kyle, if you can come in and you can run block for me, I'll consider that pretty much priority 1 with me. So, you know, quarterbacks, they just got to get rid of the ball. So, you know, it's really funny to watch that. Hey, Bill.
How's it going, Ronbo?
Bill, it would be better, but you know, Bill, I'm used to it now. I'm not really. I'm going Matt Barrows. Matt Barrows says my policy is don't talk to me about these things until they get near training camp. So you know what, Deebo. You know?
What are you worried about, guys? I mean, there's nothing to worry. I have a good feeling that once again, I got a message for that one clown who was on earlier saying that Deebo's going to be a Cardinal.
Deebo's going to be a what?
He was talking about Deebo was going to be
Sean,
a Cardinal.
the Cardinals.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I mean, with that craziness, just like the Cowboys, I want you to do me a favor, man. I want you to recognize your Cardinals as us owning them and acknowledge the 49ers. Yes, I said it. Acknowledge every 49er fan, every 49ers out there. Acknowledge the team, acknowledge the players, the fans, and acknowledge your L. And by the way, at least I give them one credit. They don't cry when they lose.
That's true.
Like the Cowgirls did. The Cowgirls.
They never put you notice, Bill, I just realized something. Sean, remind me, they never put the camera in the stands when the Cardinals are playing. Where did you see them going in the stands with the cameras? Strange.
Yeah. So I want them to do us a big favor. This team ain't going to be relevant next year. Okay? They're not going to be relevant. They ain't going to do anything special. Just like the Sea Chickens. Their time's over. Now we might meet the Cowboys in the playoffs again. And they're going to acknowledge us once again. And I hope they bring some handkerchiefs this time because, God, we didn't have the fans. Come on. When you go to the game next time, bring you some Kleenexes. And make sure it says, acknowledge me. For the Cowgirl fans. So when they cry. Shout out to George Kittle, too. Thank you so much. I still forgot about WrestleMania. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I think we're going to do good next year. Yeah.
I just realized something. Did you see where, and Sean, I forgot to ask you about that. The 49ers are going to play in Mexico against the Cardinals, from what I just read the other day. I don't know how that got leaked out, but I wonder how Mexico feels about San Francisco versus Arizona. I wonder which team they're going to be pulling for. Because I do know they love the Raiders in Mexico. Made me so upset. That one game that I remember seeing in Mexico, they're going to
go for the
raided
Cardinals.
out. They're going to go with the Cardinals?
I'm going to tell you why they're going to go for the Cardinals. Because either they're a Raider fan or a Cowgirl fan. So, and they're just going to be salty over the playoffs. So they're going to want to see us get that out. But they're going to be, once again, Mexico, acknowledge us.
I mean, go for the team that's got the richest history, right? I would think. Raiders got a history. The Cowboys definitely got a history. But the Cardinals don't have a history other than getting their brains beat out. Why would they root for that? Bill, I bet you they do root for the 49ers, actually.
They might. They might get smart and acknowledge the 49ers. I hope
think
they
so.
do. We're going to have a good record. I mean, with or without Deebo, I would like to have him. But, I'm not going to trip over social media. You can't go by that because maybe he might be pulling that for a reason. I mean, other than he might still want to be on the team, but, we can't go by that and the hype from the media. When are you going to learn to not listen to the media, Ronbo?
No, yeah, the media does what they do on purpose. They like to stir things up.
Yeah. Yeah, just chill, sit back, relax, cook you a steak dinner, or cook you something nice for Easter. Don't
That's
stress.
right. It's Easter
Smile.
this time, yeah.
It's Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
And for the Cowgirl fans up there, go ahead.
No, I'm waiting for this. Go ahead. I love your cowboy shots.
And for the Cowgirls out there on Easter, when you have your Easter dinner, do us a quick favor. Acknowledge the 49ers.
Mm-hmm. And remember
But you
one
have
thing.
a happy Easter.
And remember one thing, Cowboys fans. No, stop starting that lie about Jesus rose in somewhere in Texas. they're very confused.
I've read across a few of them. They're still saying the refs robbed them and, all that. And I'm like, man, get out of here with that. You had more chances to win.
That's that $40 million quarterback who didn't know he had to give the ball back to the official first and the clock ran out. So that's why when people get on Jimmy, I say, people get all over Jimmy for every little thing. But then I'm watching Dak do that kind of thing. Then I had one guy argue with me that Dak's a better quarterback. I said, you know what? Dak could be a better quarterback all he wants to, but Jimmy's the one going to these playoffs and coming out ahead. And he doesn't do things like forget to give the ball to the referee. So, it's bizarre.
He's going to be our quarterback. He's going to be our quarterback here, so people have to get over that. And, another thing, when we do win the Super Bowl, if we win the big one, I don't want to hear anybody get upset. I'm going to roll with whoever our quarterback is. I'm going to roll with whoever our team is. Yeah, and you know what? I'm going to tell all those Cowgirl fans out there right now, acknowledge us. Because next year, we're going to win. And, again, I would like to see you again and give you that L. Have you guys get that L. And where you can acknowledge us, fans, the team, and your L.
Hey, Bill, if we win the L, it's all over. The Cowboys will now be subservient as we both have 5 titles each. The first team that gets the 6th title can really look down the nose at the other team. Bill, we got to go, though. I tell you what, I'll see you Sunday.
Give me a Niners shout out. And
can do. 3 and 2 and 1. Bill! I'm getting tired. I couldn't stretch that out a little longer.
One more thing before I go. Mama, don't let your kids grow up to be cowgirls.
I like it. I love it. All right, Bill. Have a great night. Give my best to Shania. And Daniel Serrano says, I got to correct this fool. He didn't put the L on there. In Tijuana, there is so much 49ers. Yeah, all right, for sale. It ain't even funny. I've never seen any Cardinals. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, I can't believe in Mexico that the Cardinals would be more popular than the 49ers. So, yeah. I'll never get the time I saw that Raider, that one small restaurant that looked like maybe an outdoor restaurant in Mexico, it had like 49ers, but a Raider trash can. I said, well, I guess I know how they feel about the Raiders in Mexico. But then I saw the game and I saw the Raider fans. Well, okay, it's just the game. I forgot who the Raiders were playing that night too. That was the night that referee took a piece of paper. Remember that? He took a piece of paper and stuck it down between the ball and the first down marker and gave it to the Raiders for first down. Oh God, I couldn't stop laughing. And I didn't want the Raiders to lose, and that helped them. Damn it. Hey, Chardon.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo, man? I really love your channel and all your content. You make you do a really great job, man.
Oh, Chardon, I really appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
So I mean, somebody was saying that Deebo Samuel's gonna go to the Cardinals. I mean, like, whoever thought of that, like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, who thought of that? Like, he's never gonna go to the Cardinals, man. I mean, that's never gonna happen, man. That's like hypothetical.
Well, actually, Sean's got to be kidding because we don't trade. There's no way we're trading a guy like Deebo in the NFC West. This is never going to happen.
I mean, if Deebo Samuel potentially gets traded from the 49ers,
He'll be going to
what
New
teams
York,
do you think
Miami,
are potential
yeah.
landing spots for?
Yeah, he's leaving here. He's not staying where he could get at us. No. If Deebo were to stay or get traded, it'd be New York because New York's got a lot they can give for him. I don't know about the Cardinals anymore. I can see Deebo with the Giants. We say, let's give us a first-round pick and Saquon Barkley, let's call it a day. And I can see him going for something like that, because we're only going to get Saquon and see if you can keep him healthy. And then we'll have, of course, if Saquon's healthy, he actually can do what Deebo does to some degree. Short routes, just give him the ball and let him do damage. And also, he's a running back. So,
In the 2022 NFL draft, which flashy players do you want selected in the upcoming draft?
I'm still looking at notes from the two Tonys, Ozzie Tony and also Tony Atlanta Falcons. So I'm looking at, I'm seeing it. I'm still learning about who's hot. I've seen the combine and everybody. I'd love to have Christian Watson, but I don't know enough about all the wide receivers. But I'm looking at them now. Christian Watson may not actually be the biggest prize as far as wide receivers, but we like him because he'd work well with Trey because they got a familiarity going, right? So I want a speed merchant, but I know we need an offensive line player early as we can get one because our offensive line is falling apart. We need a center to train up because Alex Mack is not going to be with us a lot longer. The right side of our line is very suspect. And contrary to what people believe about Trey be able to outrun every defense in the league, that's fantasy. We need an offensive line to protect him. So I'm going offensive line in the first round. I'm figuring that's what the 49ers are going to do, but we're going to find out.
What are your thoughts of Frank Gore? And do you think we should re-sign him to the 49ers for a 1-year deal? And do you think he's going to be a ballot Hall of Famer?
No, Frank's not going to get in the first round, first ballot Hall of Fame. In fact, I look for Frank to get in. He's going to have to wait a while. They're going to say things about Frank like, well, he had longevity, but we don't see him as being that type of player that we just put in the Hall of Fame. So we're going to think about this for a while longer. Frank gets in a minimum of 3 to 4 shots before they put him in. And what was your other question? Oh, 1-year deal. He's not going to get a 1-year deal. One day deal. He's going to sign a deal that he gets 1 day, and then he retires a 49er.
Do you think that the things I like about Frank Gore is that he's really fast on his feet. He has lots of athleticism, and I'm really excited that he's deciding to retire his season as a Niner. Because he was probably the greatest running backs on our team when he was playing for us back in the day.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah.
I mean, was he fast?
Yeah, well, Frank had decent speed, but what Frank could do, my God, he just knew how to hit a hole and do the things he does. He's physical, But
when
he was consistent. Every week you knew Frank was going to give you a 100-yard game or somewhere close.
When you saw Frank Gore playing for the 49ers, did you ever see him pull off a stiff arm, like shove a defender off and then going for the touchdown?
Shardall, Frank is the guy with the highest. If they didn't have it done already, Frank was the Heisman coming down the field, knocking people out the way. Frank, yeah, of course.
So, I'm really surprised why Frank Gore didn't win the Heisman award.
Well, I mean, college is another story, but he did a good job in college. But yeah, the Heisman goes to the Golden Boy usually every year. Frank wasn't the Golden Boy of college ranks. He's just a good football player.
So the other questions what are your thoughts of the San Francisco 49ers signing wide receiver Marcus Johnson?
We just picked him up the other day.
I mean, when do you think he's going to get a start? Like, is he going to be pretty flashy at the start, or do you think he needs a little bit of time? Because we just got him we just got him recently, right?
Yeah, he's got to come in and absorb the program, digest it, and we'll see what we got. He's fast, which is what I like, and we're going to see. I just hope the 49ers aren't going to settle for just his fast and not go into Marcus has actually proven that he can get away. I still want some 4.3 kid. Marcus runs a low 4.3. I want a kid that's closer to 4.3, 4.2. So we'll see.
I mean, like that Mexico City game where the 49ers are going to play in Mexico City. Yeah. I mean, do you think that's pretty exciting because we get to go to such a historical city and play a game of football there?
Absolutely.
And do you think all the people in attendance are going to like it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, they love football in Mexico. In fact, the 49ers, actually, I think the league is contemplating, it's not that far. That's the nice thing about this. So the 49ers, I mean, you can get to Mexico faster from California than you can to New York City, right? So it'd be nice. Just go ahead and have a Mexico team. We had one in Canada. The NBA does. But let's go ahead and have one in Mexico. They got a nice facility. Mexican fans like football. I mean, and the thing about Mexico, they love European football, but the way they turn out for 49er football, or for NFL football, no problem. They should bring it down there. It's a money-making thing. I think they should.
And to me, about Jimmy Garoppolo, I don't understand. I mean, I keep saying this over and over again. Why is he on the roster still? I mean, he's underrated, man. I mean, I'm gonna be repeating this over and over again until I get sick and tired of it. I mean, why is Jimmy Garoppolo on the dang roster, man? I mean, trade him, man, or cut him. Do one of those two. Trade him or cut him. I mean, you got to do something about this. I mean, and like, I mean, like. Which teams?
He's got an injury, Chardell. Remember, he's just recovering. Nobody wants to trade for a recovering quarterback. It's just too risky.
Yeah, but I mean, I like Jimmy G, but we have to move on with Trey Lance now. Like everybody's agreeing with me. Like Trey Lance is, it's time for him to start in 2022. I mean, Jimmy G had his moments. He had his times of like success, and he had his times when he was great and other times he was not so great. But do you agree that Trey Lance should be the one that we're focusing on next season and not Jimmy G? Because Jimmy G is done.
Yeah. I'll put it this way. I don't have a hardcore preference just right now. I need to know we're going to still win football games next year, and then I'll be more comfortable with making any changes. Because right now, as we just 2 out of 3 years, we're right at the Super Bowl door. I like that, Chardol. I like that. And this offense, no matter what anybody says, it functions under Jimmy. But if we start losing, I'm not going to be happy with that because that means we just got rid of the reason why we were winning. It can't be proven now, but if we start losing after he leaves, like we do every time he's left before, then I'm going to be uncomfortable because I'm thinking, I want to win. Now, if we're going to start losing, that's going to bother me. But hopefully Trey's going to be okay, and Shanahan can design the program so it makes him efficient and we can keep winning. This is pretty much my bottom line.
So
we'll
in the
see.
2022 season, who do you think we're gonna win more games? Which quarterback do you think is gonna win us more games, Trey Lance or Jimmy Garoppolo?
Well, I don't know where Jimmy's going to be. We'll have to wait and see on that. So, anyway,
what about?
We're going to run out of time.
What about the Steelers? What about Jimmy Garoppolo going to the Steelers?
The Steelers already picked up their quarterback. I don't think they're really interested in making any more deals. They've got to worry about some other positions now. So
what about
the Panthers?
What about the Broncos? Because they don't have Drew Lock anymore.
Broncos, they don't have Drew Lock with the Seahawks. So you know who's over there?
Who?
It's our favorite guy, Russ Wilson's in with the Broncos. Okay.
Oh,
listen, yeah.
So couldn't Jimmy Garoppolo be the backup QB to Russell Wilson?
Probably not. Chanel, you know how much money Jimmy makes? Nobody's going to pay that much money. You know, when you go out and get a backup, you're going to pay him $5-10 million at the max. You're not going to pay him 20 anything. All right. Anyway, Chanel, we're going to go. I'm going to see you Sunday and just have a great night, okay?
Ronbo, I love your YouTube channel, and you slay the show every single day, and I love everything you do, and keep doing a wonderful job.
Thanks, Chanel. We do appreciate it. And bring me some more of those penetrating questions. I love it. I'll see you Sunday, okay? All right.
I will bring those next time.
Have a great night, Chanel.
See ya.
You got to love him. Chanel's so cool. Anyway, fam, I'm gonna go. My appetite. Every time I do this, I get so hungry. I don't know something. I'm not moving. I'm just. You would never know how many calories you burn with your mouth, huh? There's so many places you could go with that. Don't do it. I gotta go, fam. Please remember to hit subscribe, hit that like, and hit ready to go as well. And fam, thanks for the contribution tonight as well. I shall see you Sunday. And hey, by the way, our first. What did I miss? Oh, did I miss it? Okay. Anyway, we're going to have Tony. He's going to come in Sunday before we get together with your segment of the evening. Tony's got his mock draft. By the way, there's only a couple of weeks left. I can take one more mock draft. If you want to contact me, if you want to do a mock draft, better do it now. Tony's going to come in Sunday. We'll have maybe one or two more at the most, I guess, right? One, yeah. So, yeah, contact me at ronbosports@gmail. Get a hold of me on social media. About all of them, Ronbo Sports. I never changed the name, so it makes it easier to find me. Go to social media and let me know if you'd like to be on and give us your mock draft. I think we got time for one more, actually, mock draft. So, yeah. All right, fam. I'll see you Sunday. Later.